a great day to be alive on this Wednesday of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside my guys Kyle Wallace in his green sweater. Little Packer love today from our guy, the Packer backer. Say something, Kyle.
Yeah, OTAs are back, so is Green Bay Packer pride.
Hey, powerful. Longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, Brad Nortman here with us. A lot to dive in the brain of Brad Nortman today.
A lot on my mind today. We're going to get into that and more.
Not just because of Hear Brad Out Wednesdays at 3:15.
Correct.
There's a whole repertoire.
A lot of angles today.
Before we get into it, is that free or is that purchased?
That's free.
So this is, it depends how you
Talking about Brad Nortman's
what do you mean
outfit
quantify?
right now.
Is something free or not? Either
So
it's
this-
free or it's not free.
This I purchased from my Nike
It's
allocation
free.
that
That's
I signed
free.
a deal with. So yeah,
That's
so like
free.
I didn't
You
see
didn't purchase crap.
I didn't see my cash leave my bank account, but
Why
I
are
had to,
you
like,
doing the
select it.
worst job of describing something that's just simply free?
They gave you
Yeah,
a free
it's
gift card,
It's free.
basically.
Yeah. They'd be like, "Here's a big old gift card."
A big old? How many? What do you mean big old?
Yeah, can you tell us how much was on the gift card each year?
Getting from Nike.
Because I asked Brad about his Nike allotment for gear one time, and he told me that if it was down to $199 on the gift card, he would get socks and make sure he used all of that gift card up.
Use every single cent. Yeah, I'll tell you. So, my first year was $3,000.
$3,000.
Then it was $5,000.
For you to wear Nike to buy stuff?
Yeah. and
I
then-
mean, think about
and then-
shoes, though.
And then
Go
7,500.
Wait. You had to buy your cleats or they gave you cleats?
No. I could get as many cleats as I wanted to from the team.
So
So this
I
is
was
just
just
like-
talking about swag shoes.
This is just all like swag shoes, yeah. And this was on like a specific like player endorsed Nike website.
Do they
So
have
there's a whole
Jordans
bunch
as a
stuff.
part of the Nike catalog?
Oh, they had a bunch of stuff.
This
on
is
there.
a joke.
That's why I have so
This
many
is a
Nike
joke.
shoes
The
and
rich get
Nike
richer.
clothes.
Wait,
So you
what do you
had-
mean? You just realized this?
Well, I'm just saying. So in your career, you had over $10,000 worth of allotment?
Whoa, way
well
more.
over.
Way
Well
more.
over. And every time you made the playoffs,
2,500 first year. He said 5,000 second year, 7,500 third year.
Yeah, and that's where I topped out. But then you make the playoffs, you go to the Super Bowl, you get like, okay, here's another 500, here's another grand.
I'm about to text my guy in the NFL, like, what the heck?
Yeah.
You could have plugged your
You get
boy
a
with some
lot.
type of shoes. He get us hand-me-downs. He get like
And-
the used stuff.
When I visited Frank Kaminsky in Charlotte, because he played for the Charlotte Hornets, former Badger, I'd raid his closet. His business manager was size 13, what I wore, and they're like, yeah, you can get more.
And listen, this was
Cool.
chump change. Yeah, for an NFL athlete. There's some guys with Under Armour or like the big name dudes. They'd have $60,000 worth of stuff every year.
Great
about
follow-up
that.
question in my ear from Alex Strofe, our producer of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. We
You're a good
are
producer.
800-990-3776 on YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Who's Kyle's guy in the NFL?
Yeah, good point.
Oh, no, I told you. I've said this before. My friend is Nick Bellore. He played for the Seattle Seahawks. He played for the Lions. He played for the 49ers as well.
Cool.
In the Jets. He got undrafted free agent for the Jets back in 2011. So, yeah.
He's holding out on you. But not every guy in the NFL is a endorsed guy.
Cool.
You gotta be, you gotta be like me.
Hey.
Okay.
Brad?
More like Brad.
Brad is very swaggy right now. He's feeling himself.
Now you know why my closet is just overrun with Nike stuff and team
Did
stuff.
you ever
What size do you
share?
wear?
Between large and extra large, depending on the item.
I take donations.
Large? You swim in your T-shirts now with those string bean
Those are
arms.
usually extra larges. I'm 6'3", man.
Cool.
Nice, cool for yourself. Now, speaking of shoes here,
Ben's grabbing.
Don't fall in
I
that.
we're
almost
left
fell.
here.
I don't want to make any accusations, but you saw these when
I
you did
saw
Mr.
those.
Irrelevant
Yeah,
on YouTube?
I thought they were yours.
These are a pair of
You
shoes.
thought them itty-bitty shoes was
That-
his?
Well, I didn't really overthink it. I didn't realize how small they were.
I didn't know if it was somebody's spouse or they need to bring shoes to somebody for after work.
What brand is that? Hoka?
Oh, those are
These have to be Jen Lattice.
those are nice, a nice brand.
Are they?
Not-
I've never heard of that.
Well, no, they definitely Jen Lattice. now,
What size? We'll go. What size are they? You'll tell right away. If it's,
I don't
or-
want to. These
or maybe
stink.
you can't put that out
I
there.
don't know if I want to put the shoe size out there, but I will say that
But
they
they're
stink.
women's. Like you can look in the tag and see.
My
that they're
nose
women's.
is tingling right
Women's
now.
or men.
No, I'm assuming they're probably women.
W.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
women's.
that's women's.
That is women's. All I know is Craig bought Tori Lowe a pair of Hokas, And I was like, what
Why
is
Craig
this?
buy Tori Hocus?
Because Tori does the walk, and so he bought him some shoes, and I knew they were expensive shoes because Craig bought them. I said, oh, my
I'm on the
brother
show
like me.
every
That's that,
day, you
that's
know?
that upper echelon
Yeah,
brand.
and Craig buying it expensive. So Jen just left her shoes here like this is a gym closet?
Yeah, under what circumstances would you be leaving your shoes here?
Well, it's funny you say that.
We have lockers right out there.
Because when I look back at my text messages from Jen Latta of 94.5 ESPN's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I recall a show that we did earlier this month where I left some stuff out before I went to work in the bathroom area, and my now fiance, then girlfriend, was very upset, said I leave a trail everywhere I go. I caught a lot.
Trail of filth.
Yeah, that's
I
very true.
caught a lot of smoke from my fellow co-hosts and producers and KBN Nation. And I get a text Wednesday, May 8th, 4:57 p.m. Team fiance, pick your bleep up like a grown-up.
That's aggressive in the morning.
That is.
Pretty aggressive for someone who left their shoes in our studio. Stinky, too.
That is quite embarrassing. Do we have a beef now with the morning show?
I don't have beef. It's just like, again,
Practice what you preach.
Mark Chmura, Packer Hall of Famer, leaves his bleep everywhere.
His glasses were literally on the floor yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, like, we have
I picked them up for him.
we have
Who knows?
lockers outside of our studio, and again, they're just classic. You got a NFL Packers Hall of Famer who thinks the world's catering to him. You have Jen Latta, who travels around ESPN College Game Day. Just
Big
probably
name,
thinks she's
yep.
bigger and better than us, and leaving shoes here.
She is though.
Yeah, she's a knack.
Yeah, but like you can't tell me to be a
Brand.
grown up and pick stuff up after myself when you can't practice what you preach.
No, I agree.
This isn't gym class. This is
Yeah.
a professional work
It's
environment.
a little contradictory to be texting someone to pick up after themselves and then in a public place leaving your tennis shoes as if you run the place.
You got accused this morning, my guy. Shaking my head. What did I miss something? I was accused, Mr. 36. If you have the pizza oven. I was accused of taking the pizza oven.
Oh, they're talking about that.
Yeah.
Sensitive subject. I hope
Very
you didn't-
sensitive.
I hope
It
you
got
didn't steal
returned,
it.
didn't it?
Strofe, I'm like
I thought it did.
a 3D figure on the YouTube. That was kind of wild. See that? You guys see that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about,
Oh.
man.
What do you mean a 3D figure? You are a 3D figure.
I'm behind. Am I a 3D figure?
Yeah, 3-dimensional.
Are we all 3-dimensional?
Yes.
What is 1-dimensional?
It
Flat.
is-
It's a flat. I
Flat.
would say flat,
Piece of
like
paper.
flat Stanley. Stanley's flat. He's
So
a
what
one.
would be 2-dimensional?
like a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Why a cartoon? What makes it
there-
2-dimensional?
There's height and width.
Oh,
Some
And then-
depth to it.
and
There's
then-
height.
and then
There's height and
But
width
there's no
to this.
depth.
he's
There's
saying
no
a
depth.
flat piece of paper. It's just one surface, flat. But then if you add
But a
height-
cartoon's flat. On TV, I'm looking at a flat thing.
don't think of a piece of paper as you're looking at it. Think of it on the table, and you're looking at it straight on. It's like that.
What's 4D?
4D is you add sensory. So like,
Wisconsin Dells used to have a SpongeBob movie where you could
Yes.
smell pickles.
Yeah.
Right? From the Krabby Patties, the pickles, all of a sudden the movie theater would start smelling like pickles. That's 4D.
yeah, and they would they would splash in the water, and you get some water splash on your face.
Yeah.
yeah. I've been there.
Have
I've
you
been at
been to
that.
Not that specific.
You've
one,
been to the
but-
one in Orlando, I'm assuming.
Yeah. There's one in Disney, I believe. It's
Strong accusation from
Muppets
Adam,
one.
800-990-3776. Kyle's fronting his boy is Mason Rudolph.
I wish my boy was Mason Rudolph. That means Mason Rudolph, he's a quarterback. My guy's just a special teams guy. Shout out to him.
Special teams guy.
Nothing wrong with special teams
Yeah,
guys.
That's why you didn't know why that's why I laughed.
I was waiting for the back pedal to be like, but you're my guy, Brad. Like,
This was
I
my
am the
thought
guy.
process, Adam. Paper is still 3D, boys, because it's only 0.0001 inches tall. Doesn't make it 2D. That was my thought process. Is this isn't flat, even though like in order for it to be printed, it has to have some
Okay.
level of width
A better answer is a line. Then a line is 1-dimensional.
that I draw.
Yeah, if you draw a line on a piece of paper, that's 1-dimensional. You do a stick figure, that's 2-dimensional because there's width and height. And if that stick figure were to come out like a doll, that's 3-dimensional.
Like
Now
out
there's-
of the paper.
yes, like and actually get depth.
And then
Like
what would a
doll.
4D thing be from this stick figure that pops out like a
Didn't
doll?
wear deodorant, smelling BO.
Nice.
So why aren't we 4D? Why are we not 4D?
We might be 4D.
I guess we are 4D.
Oh, you guys are going deep here for me.
We might be 5D, actually.
What's another dimension that could possibly be?
A lot of E's being
like
thrown
energy
around here.
or some sort of weird cosmic.
Hey!
Instead of just saying, wow, John, in the 414, help us. Like,
According to the internet, the fifth dimension is a conceptual, unobservable micro dimension of space.
what the hell does that
I
mean?
think there's a movie called Fifth
Anybody
Fifth
got
Element.
some gummies? I feel like we can figure this one out.
We have walked into waters where we cannot swim.
But here's the thing. If we did what Stroph's suggestion, I don't think I would understand at all.
Do you understand unobservable?
It's purely theoretical.
What about micro dimension?
Yes, it's purely theoretical.
What about micro dimensional?
Is that a real thing?
I just
Micro.
read. The fifth dimension is a conceptual and unobservable micro dimension of space.
So
It's infinitely small yet
I got a
infinitely
D in
large.
chemistry, a C in physics. Don't know how I got a C in physics.
I don't recall even taking physics.
I think that was a required class.
Well, maybe took it in high school. Cruised through it. Probably was sleeping.
Wow.
You said-
you proud of that?
It is what it is. It's in my past, man. It's in my past. I'm here now.
And Ben, look at you now, though. Your job is requiring you to have an educated conversation on dimensions.
I don't think I was required to do this. I think this is outside the realm of what I should be.
And all
talking
you
about.
do now is exactly what you did. Just cruise right through these 3 hours.
That is the goal.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride,
That
right?
is the goal. Packers, go Packers! That's all I got to do.
You're like an AI Packer fan. Like, when
Yeah.
all else fails, I am the positive AI Packer backer to the core.
It's like those chat bots that sometimes tune in on our talking text line.
Yeah.
that put
You're
up
a bot. Kyle's
these
a bot.
You're a Packer bot.
I'll be a Packer bot. Nothing wrong with that. I love
Even
being
the
a
way you
Packer
say,
bot.
I'll be a Packer bot.
That's what it is. I know what my checks say.
What do they
Let
say?
go, baby.
Oh, the ones you write.
Oh, shut up. No, I do not write checks to the Packers.
No, I'm saying your actual physical check.
You have a Packer checking account.
No, I don't have a Packer checking account. I wish I did.
Where does the Go Pack Go come from?
Oh, gosh. It's just a joke, fellas. I just love the Packers.
I could see Kyle writing on like the memo line of a check, just like Go Pack Go.
I think I'm
just
making
like
a Packers checking book.
Splash a little bit
Every
of-
memo is Go Pack Go.
Yeah.
I might do that.
Caleb Williams sucks.
That would be a good one, too. Yeah. Too bad I don't write checks like that.
Do we not have his?
Caleb Williams sucks.
The ha is so good
Caleb
from you.
Williams sucks.
You used the word dismissive yesterday. Perfect word for that.
So
Perfect
dismissive.
word to describe it.
First OTAs, and it just sucks. Ha! Now, Brad Nortman got back. Did you get back from somewhere?
We're in northern Wisconsin.
Northern Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I got back from St. Louis over the weekend that I got engaged. We both had some realizations that we would like to go through with all of you next and get your opinions. We'll get a preemptive poll before the segment up on KBN ESPN.
I know you were going to break. Were you in St. Louis or were you by St. Louis? Because for some reason, I don't believe you were
You
in
can
St.
find
Louis.
Is this
May
like-
in St.
Is
This is like
Louis.
me saying I'm from Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's like you saying you were in Milwaukee when you live in Conowalk. For some reason, there's an inkling that has me believe that you weren't in St. Louis. You were in a suburb around St. Louis.
I don't know where I was, Kyle. I went to a Cardinals game at Busch Stadium.
So you were in it
I
for
was
a
in
minute.
St. Louis.
Cool.
You dipped in and dipped out. Okay, just saying.
So wait, you didn't answer the question.
Kyle knows I wasn't in St. Louis.
I was just checking. You know?
He knows I wasn't in St. Louis.
I was like, oh, really? She lives
Taking a nice neighborly walk before we get engaged downtown St. Louis.
I've been to St. Louis before. I ain't seen that pier before.
Me and Nelly were hanging out. We'll be back. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with more.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
DKB, they get all my love, all my energy, and all my time. I'll be danged if GKB and Craig not going to allow me to take my half-an-hour boo-boo. If I need to do that,
wow.
they need to allow
That's
me to do
your
that.
whole lunch break.
I don't even take a lunch break. I work during lunch.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The road to the NBA Finals happens right here.
He accepts himself, fires the three, he hits it! Irving will get a good look, and he swishes it through from three.
Tatum, one dribble, squares for three.
Hits it!
Catch every minute of NBA Conference Finals action on 94.5 ESPN.
Luka at 5, step back three for the lead, he got it! Pass into the corner, Derek White for three, got it! Giving Boston a 105-102 lead. Slam follow, Karl Anthony Towns, he soared in from the wing.
And streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Take me out to the ball game, roll out the barrel, and get up, get out of here, gone. There's nothing like Milwaukee baseball, and Discount Liquor is here to help you turn your tailgate or game viewing experience into a grand slam. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we've been your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. This baseball season, make plans to stop by Discount Liquor, because when the division rivals from Chicago visit, the more booze, the better. With a selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor has got you covered. We are your one-stop shop this baseball season. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine.
Discount Liquor.
From big tailgate parties to cozy dinners for 2, the freshest ideas start with a stop at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 4.75 to 11.3 ounce selected varieties, Frito-Lay Lays, Doritos, Bean Dip, or Kettle Chips, 2 for $5. 8 to 16.5 ounce selected varieties, Hostess multi-packs, 2 for $6. 14 ounce or 3 to 4 count selected varieties, Haagen-Dazs ice cream or bars, $3.99. 4 to 6 count selected varieties, Dannon multi-pack yogurt, 2 for $7.
Hey, why'd you throw my glass across the room?
I have to keep practicing.
The vase from Aunt Sophie?
I'm warming up in case I get to take them out at American Family Field. Read this.
Win the ultimate baseball fan experience at Century Foods?
You either get to throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field during batting practice. My new TV!
Just doing a little batting practice of my own.
The ultimate baseball fan experience. Return the entry form found in the weekly ad to any Century by July 24th.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus, a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls for the Bath Authority, and if your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. All Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA and can be installed in as little as 1 day by a certified factory technician. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety by scheduling your free in-home estimate and getting $1,500 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. Restrictions do apply. The Bath Authority.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
He said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child.
Can't wait to get inside the brain of Brad Nortman. Not once, but not twice, but 3 times today.
Hey.
You're living a interesting life, Brad Nortman.
Yeah, I try to.
And it's funny, I saw a tweet from the Pat McAfee show. I think they had Mike Florio on. And it was, I think people are underestimating what impact the new kickoff rules will have in the NFL. So I'm not saying we're going to get to that today. But if we need that, we have our specialist, Brad Nortman, who punted in the Super Bowl 50. And played in the NFL for 6 years. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Stroh, our producer, running the show, 800-990-3776. Plus, you can get us on YouTube at ESPN Madison and at ESPN Milwaukee. But, you know, I was in St. Louis or the outskirts for the majority of my Memorial Day weekend. Brad was up north. Kyle, I don't know what you were doing. I don't think you like sharing your personal life with us anyways. You don't want us around you.
You can ding that. Especially the last part. Say it again.
You don't want us around you. Brad, what did you notice? 'Cause I think I noticed something similar.
Listen, I was gone for a few nights in northern Wisconsin. Beautiful weekend up there, getting away from Memorial Day weekend. But what inevitably we drive home, back to the Nortman estate, roll through the driveway. I start looking around my yard. And I start to see, oh my gosh, the weeds are out of control. I got clover growing. I got some little dandelions that are just on their left. They're like the clover is taking over the yard. There's weeds everywhere. It's finally time for step 2 of my fertilizer seeding. So I got to go take the little seed spreader, push it around the yard, and there's a border line I got to mulch this year. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm coming back. I was gone for 4 days, and there is so much yard work to do. Now I will say, before you guys give me a hard time about it, yes, I have someone else cut my lawn, but.
You think we're just gonna stop because you say it?
Yeah, no, yes, you should stop because it's like
what?
It's like 1.8 acres. It's too much.
The
that's way
estate has 1.8
I don't have time for that.
Cool. 1.8 acres.
Cool. I don't have time.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a big old yard.
That's a big ass yard.
It's a
big ass.
I got a guy who he's got his commercial 0 turn and boom, he just rolls through it.
You got a full football field back there?
Yeah.
I mean, we could punt back there. We could punt back there.
Field trip at Brad's
house. It's a
house.
big old, I mean, there's a both side yards are big, backyard's huge. I mean, there's plenty of room for activities.
So right away, I'm thinking to myself, okay, he doesn't cut his own yard. Why don't you have more landscapers then?
Because you got to draw a line. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. And at some point, yes,
Kyle,
cut all that
would you
grass.
draw that line?
If I'm paying for somebody to cut my grass, I might as well pay for them to manicure.
Do the whole damn thing.
I mean, nobody can do it better than a landscaper.
I mean, that's true. He probably would do a better job than me, and probably be more on it because clearly I'm coming back from Memorial Day and needing to do all this stuff to my yard. But I said that's the line. I'm gonna have my guy Nate. He's the man. Cut my yard, but I'm gonna do everything else. Okay, and every time before I do it, I'm like, this is just such a pain. Like the last thing I want to do is go outside and do all this manual labor. But darn it, wouldn't you know? As you put on the headphones and you just get in the groove. You're in Mother Nature. You're getting your hands dirty. Every time
You're
walk
literally
away,
in Mother Nature.
I am in Mother Nature. And
hey,
by the time it's over, I'm always thankful. I'm like, you know what? That was great. That was not a chore. That was indeed therapeutic. I feel good. I'm like, I should do this more often.
No.
Ice cold carbless
stop.
sounds so good at that point.
Go with that.
Where I'm just like, you know what? I don't know why I don't do this more often because I love it. That was fun. I feel like I accomplished something. And think about it this way, guys. We're inside like all the time. We go inside from our house to our car.
You're doing a justification right now. You can't say it was therapeutic when you're literally complaining about it all the time.
But that's the thing.
And you hire somebody to actually do some of that therapy away.
Yeah, right?
So only a little bit of therapy.
You don't count.
But no, beforehand, I always complain, but when I'm done, I always feel good. I'm always reminded that this is indeed therapeutic. I need to remember that more often.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, do you find yard work to be more therapeutic or a chore? 800-990-3776. Now, as somebody who's a new homeowner that does not have landscaping and just bought a lawnmower, I, was looking forward to the first cut. That was as therapeutic as I could get. The first cut felt therapeutic. So, you feel like you're entering, a new stage of life. Yeah. You have a yard to take care of. You come home and it rained while you're gone. It looks like a forest. It looks like a forest. I cut it low too. I cut it low and I'm looking outside and the dogs won't even go in the grass. It's so long right now.
They said, bro, what is going on?
Yeah, I know. And here's the thing, is it's not therapeutic. It's a chore because I look at it and it's something I have to do. Sure, there may be a satisfaction of the old stand outside the Midwestern lawn with your hands on your hips and say, look what I just did. I'm proud. But that therapeutic moment is not worth the value of saying that it's therapeutic. It's a chore. It is 110% a chore because now what I got to do on Saturday is I have to cut the grass because if I don't cut the grass, then it's going to look even worse.
Yeah, there's nothing more manly and nothing more fulfilling than having a yard and going out there and cutting it, and while you're doing it, like you said, you got the headphones on, but you feel like you're accomplishing something, especially when you're the man of the house, right? You feel good. That's why I love my daddy used to cut the grass. I said, Dad, let me cut the grass. He said, no, son, it's me. I'm riding love. I'm doing it. And now I understand. I get it. It is absolutely therapeutic to be one with nature, to be outside going up and down, up and down. The neighbors see you working hard. You are basically, you know how dogs lift their leg up and pee on the lawn to mark the territory? When you cut your grass, you are basically marking your space. I am the one who owns this domain in this space. I absolutely enjoy cutting the grass. I get like this rush when I do it.
800-990-3776. Dave from Aaron, yard work is trash. If I get turf my yard, I would.
Wow, it's a strong take.
It is.
It's a great take.
Very strong. This
I don't
is
know.
Wisconsin.
Jared chimes in, I don't mind yard work, but I'd rather be spending my time camping, fishing, or kayaking.
I mean, I
That's
agree that those are
being
enjoyable.
one with Mother Nature.
Yeah, but I mean, those aren't things you can just go do for an hour anyway. I mean, you take an hour at home, and here is a Bradism that I heard that you guys can maybe take this with you.
Oh, Lord.
As a way to like balance out your life, if you have a head job, you should have a hands hobby. If you have a hands job, you should have a heads hobby. But believe it or not, we've got a heads job where we use our above our shoulders most
You
of the time.
also got...
We need to go out there and use our hands, boys. We need to use our hands to do something.
You also got, you may have the hands job or the heads jobs. You got the deeper pockets than we do.
What are we talking about, fellas?
Him?
Yes. What did you just say on it?
I understood.
Well,
Yeah.
I understand it. My goodness. What are we
Kyle,
doing?
get your head out of the
Head out
gutter.
the gutter, my behind. My goodness gracious.
I said
a heads job?
I said
Or a hands job?
Yeah.
Yo, that's your advice to KBN Nation?
Yeah.
What a perverted KBN after
Hey,
dark
everyone,
you got
listen
going
up.
on.
This is a Bradism.
Listen, I stand by
No,
it.
no,
As
re-say
long
it.
as-
Re-say that one.
Yeah, I will re-say it. If you've got a heads job, you need a hands hobby. And if you've got a hands job, you need a heads hobby. And it's a brilliant, balanced advice for life.
I don't
And
even
if
know
you
what
are not a sick individual
my
like
mind
Kyle,
can't even process what you're saying. I don't even get it. Like it did not process in my mind. I have no idea what the advice is.
Okay, can I put it into action for you?
Please.
If you,
No, do not put it into action. Do not.
Cover up the screen.
If you have a job,
Right, whatever you're doing, I'm covering up.
Kyle, you are a sick man.
You're the sick Bradism.
I'll tell you what, it takes a sick mind to take that to the next level, Kyle.
Don't you turn this on Kyle. Don't you turn this on
Ben
Kyle.
didn't react like that.
Thank you so
didn't
much,
react like
Ruffy.
that. Ben was like, yeah, I get it.
Oh, you put, we'll be right back
We're gonna
on
get banned from
YouTube.
YouTube because of Brad's jobs he's about to do.
I'm sorry that you have the maturity.
I'm surprised.
level to take good
I'm
advice,
surprised
Kyle.
Brad didn't say, you know what? I was a punter. I had a foot job.
Ooh, you did. So explain to me again, really quickly. If you have a head job, what do you do? What's a head job?
Change it to occupation. You can do that. If I need to deal with the maturity of level of an 8-year-old, then yes, I can change it to
What
occupation.
800-990-3776.
What is the head occupation?
I don't know.
Like finance.
Oh,
Where something
wow.
where you only where you work with your head all day.
Okay.
You're thinking all day. Actually, we are in that category where it's
All right.
more thinking.
So we have head
and
jobs.
We have head
Now,
jobs. A hand occupation would be like you're working
800-990-3776.
construction.
We will be moving on from the Bradism. We'll have that
Sick
workshopped and come back to another time. Coming up next, we'll hear from Mr. Irrelevant as he becomes relevant next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why
She
am I
wouldn't-
always
she-
the one doing that?
Like-
Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. You hear me talk all the time about Bank 5-9 and their mission to make lives better. That mission extends beyond their customers and communities to their employees. Bank 5-9 was just honored again by Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 15 years in a row. They were named the #1 mid-sized employer in the region and earned special recognition for the company's overall direction. Want to learn more about working with my friends at Bank 5-9? Visit bank59.com/careers. Equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Sunday. It's racing season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway, and our schedule of events is ready. We've still got our yearly holiday weekend races like Labor Day weekend, plus Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, and Night of Fire. You can also book corporate and private events. Take advantage of our season-long passes and even schedule a time to take your car down the legendary quarter mile. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for pricing and info. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm talking with Dr. Chris Killian. Doctor, if someone starts to feel pain, what are the first things that they need to do?
Certainly resting it. Ice can be helpful, anti-inflammatories.
So let's say none of that works and someone is looking for that next step to relieve their pain. Just because someone steps into your office, that does not automatically mean that that next step is a surgical procedure. Is that right?
We still kind of treat surgery as kind of a last option once you've exhausted conservative management. So those conservative treatments, again, being rest, ice. If it's your shoulder we're talking about, going through a period where maybe a short period of immobilization. And then the mainstay is physical therapy. We have physical therapists here specifically at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin that work with us and train with us that allow a vast majority of people to actually avoid surgery altogether, depending on what their issue is.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Discover the difference at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Higher Love Cannabis Company is the only cultivator in the UP offering organic, clean green certified products. That means quality you can trust every time. With 7 locations across the UP, including Menominee, Norway, and Ironwood, finding your higher love is easier than ever before. And for our friends in Green Bay, Higher Love is less than an hour away. Kindness starts with you. Experience Higher Love today. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD and follow them on social media at Find Higher Love.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, getting you ready for summer with Carbless, ready-to-drink vodka and tequila cocktails that are handcrafted right here in Wisconsin. Carbless is my go-to refreshing drink, whether it's hanging out inside watching TV or spending time on the patio grilling. Plus, it's perfect to take to the lake or to a brewer's tailgate. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. Try flavors like pineapple, cranberry, and black cherry, or classic cocktail flavors like Paloma or my favorite, margarita. Find Carbless online or in your local retailer. Less is more this summer with Carbless.
Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in even more fish this summer. Rod and reel combos? We've got them. Exclusive lures you won't find anywhere else? You betcha. And this week, Berkeley Gulp Plastics and Scents are on sale for 20% off. Plus, keep your drinks cold and food fresh on those marathon fishing days with our huge selection of Yeti coolers and drinkware, featuring new seasonal colors like Big Wave Blue. Angle in to get everything you need for your everyday life at Fleet Farm.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you. Alex Strofe running the show. 800-990-3776. He was on Mr. Irrelevant today on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. 12:30 Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And we make him relevant right now.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Fellas, good to be with you. How we doing out of 10? I haven't checked in a while.
I'm an 8.
Yeah.
The 8's the lowest we can go without having a discussion, so I'm an 8.
No, you can be lower than an 8.
I'm an 8.
But it creates a tense environment because if we go lower than an 8, we know there's prying questions coming.
Yeah, there will be.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stick at 8.
8-1, Ben.
8-1.
Yeah.
8-2.
I'm a solid 8.
Okay.
80% is decent.
I can live with that. Good to be with you, fellas. All right, let's jump in. Rangers second baseman Marcus Semien had his first day off yesterday in over 2 years. They called it an Ironman streak of 349 games started in a row. It's baseball. That's not impressive to me. Thoughts?
I think it's impressive. It's a 162-game season, but if you show that you are capable of going on a streak, then you have the talent to do so over, when it matters most. There's classic ebbs and flows. They're not going to do that forever, but it's why wouldn't it be impressive?
Because they won the World Series last year, so they were always in contention. It's not a contact sport. If you're a good player, play.
Yeah, it's still it's taxing on a few areas, right?
Which areas exactly?
Back, shoulders, hamstrings, wrists.
Why? You're not running that much.
But you're going from a swinging motion to a sprint. You are doing a lot of, bat swinging against hard pitches. What if you get hit by a pitch? There are areas where and not only that, like the mental strain to take not one day off. They're playing games every single day.
Are we? Look how far we have fallen. We're talking about taking days off. Cal Ripken was the ultimate Ironman. Brett Favre was the ultimate Ironman. We love when people go out there to play the game that they love. Days off? We're arguing people should get days off? Absolutely not. Baseball only lasts for like 4 or 5 months. He'll have a whole bunch of time off once the season's over.
Cal Ripken's streak was 2,000 plus games longer than this one.
That's ridiculous. There's a reason why that's an all-time record.
2,632. Simeon just played 300 games.
So what would it take for it to be impressive?
1,000?
I think we're past that arrow, to your point, right? Or to Kyle's point. I think we're past letting guys play every day. But baseball, against your point, Brad, is like the least physically taxing sport out there. Golf, maybe?
They somehow end up with the most injuries.
The weirdest injuries. Don't be punching walls. Looking at you, Devin Williams.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
All right, moving on. Rich Paul, the agent of LeBron James, also his son, Bronny James, says Bronny will stick in the NBA draft. Tonight, the deadline to withdraw from the NBA draft. The Bucks have pick number 23. I'm on board. Let's do it. If Bronny James is there at 23, let's take him.
Why?
Jersey sales, butts and seats.
That is the worst take of all time from somebody who is...
Don't listen.
Are you a Milwaukee Buck fan?
Yeah.
Don't listen.
Do you believe that picking Bronny James at 23 helps Giannis get closer to a championship?
I don't know how much the NBA draft ever helps you get when you're picking a pick 23. If you have the first overall pick, maybe you've got a case. But I think Bronny could evolve into something.
You're missing something here. You're missing the fact that when do the Milwaukee Bucks first round picks ever turn into anything?
Giannis is one of few.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not saying that.
No, I'm saying you might as well get Bronny. If Bronny can get LeBron James to think about coming to Milwaukee or get some type of attention on Milwaukee, then let's do it.
I don't want attention. I want victories.
I mean, if LeBron James
you can't just give up. You have to keep swinging.
If he opts out and signs for the minimum with the Milwaukee Bucks, then guess what? I'm celebrating.
The only way this makes any sense is if you get a guarantee that LeBron James is coming to Milwaukee on a team-friendly deal. That I actually think they get closer to an NBA title. Now, he is older, but he is one of the 2 best players of all time. And I would do it then. But, just for Bronny himself, I'm not going to a game to watch Bronny. I'm not buying Bronny's jersey. He's going to be irrelevant.
But if LeBron...
And they're already doing they're not even going to take him because guess what? He turned down like 8 workouts to only work out with 2 specific teams.
What?
Which teams?
Like the Suns and the Lakers.
Oh, man.
He can keep his... You know what? Forget...
Take rescinded?
That is Gen Z energy.
No, that's LeBron energy because LeBron is either going to go...
Maybe LeBron has Gen Z energy.
We were talking about this in the office earlier today, Benny. I don't think you were a part of it. So you're totally against Milwaukee taking a swing at 23.
For Bronny?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Okay, 3 picks prior to the Bucks, though, is the Cleveland Cavaliers, who were closer this year to a title than the Bucks.
I'm against it as well.
You don't think Cleveland should take a swing at Bronny?
The only reason why Cleveland would is if there is a back-end plan with LeBron to get him back to Cleveland because he wants to finish his career close to home. Kid from Akron ends up at the city where he brought him a championship. Storybook closing.
Okay.
Only reason why.
The Bucks have, I think they have the 33rd pick overall in the draft. Second round, would you take Bronny at 33rd if he's there?
Nope.
Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Do you think...
I'm trying to get better. I'm not trying to please the
LeBron James.
Nepotism.
LeBron James is fantastic. Listen, I'm a LeBron James hater, but let me tell you, if LeBron came here, I would be excited.
He's not coming here.
Let's say LeBron James doesn't come here and you draft Bronny. Is he actually helping your team?
He's just like any other Bucks draft pick for the most part. Then
no, but he has a legit ceiling. At least some of the Bucks picks you get, they have higher ceilings that they could turn into something
that they never see as a Milwaukee Buck.
Well,
That's my whole thing. I legitimately, I don't trust John Horson drafted. You tell me what he's drafted that's turned into something, and I'll show you a lie.
Did he draft DiVincenzo?
Oh, where's DiVincenzo springing and sprouting and being great at?
Well, at least he was a good pick. At least he was a guy that actually turned into something.
No, okay, you're right. Just not with us.
Just out of the box.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Who was the Bucks? I'm blanking on the name. Malcolm Brogdon. Wasn't he like one of the last picks in the draft, and he was the rookie of the year that year?
Rookie of the year,
Yeah. Sure was.
As like
he was a good player.
Was he like
Dunked on LeBron with a reverse.
I didn't hear what
He was
you said.
definitely second round.
Yeah, he was second round.
He was a heck of a player.
He
I
was,
loved
and they
watching
traded him
Brogdon.
because contract stuff.
Next one, May 29th, is National Flip-Flop Day. Honesty is a core value of our company. And these are not slides. I'm talking about flip-flops. Thing in between the toes. When's the last time you wore a pair of flip-flops?
Thing in between the toes. So flip-flops are different than that.
Those are thongs.
Those are thong sandals.
Those are flip-flops.
No, those are thong
flip-flop
sandals.
thongs.
And you don't have to say the word thong. You can say sandals.
No, sandals are slides.
No, those are flip-flops.
Flip-flop. No. Flip-flops have the thing between the toes. You've got it backwards.
I absolutely do not have it backwards.
I thought flip-flops was a generic term for all sandals.
I thought it was too. I honestly.
But on the poll, when you hear flip-flops, do you think of the thing between the toes or like the slide? Like, like there's a way to phrase this because
slide sandals, flip-flops have the thing, but I promise I'm right on this.
Okay, you know what? I think this is more of when I hear about slides from the young kids. The slides is definitely the old Adidas stuff or the soccer stuff we used to wear after games when you play.
That's what I'm saying. That's like
but I called them sandals back in the day.
Oh, so you call those sandals?
Yeah, those are sandals.
Yeah, flippity flops.
Flip-flops. When's the last time you wore them?
I wore them recently.
Anytime
when I went down to Mexico, I wore them. I had my toes out. Yeah, on beach in the sand.
Man, I don't think I've worn those since like college. I think I was legitimately at a Jimmy Buffett concert wearing one of those. It was great. I just don't like that feeling of something between my toes.
R.I.P. to Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, for real, man. Big R.I.P. Love me some Jimmy.
Ben,
yeah. I don't. It's an uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah. What do y'all wear on the beach then?
Slides.
Since we're gonna do this, slides are flip flops to me.
I feel like I don't have as much control in slides.
But you like that feeling between your big toe and your next toe?
I'm not gonna lie. When the sound it makes at the back of the foot, the heel hit. Yeah, it just makes me feel like I'm on vacation.
But slides,
you wear them around the house.
Too.
Okay, no. I said vacation. I don't wear them around the house. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. And they're cheap. Only like $1.
Someone named Allie on YouTube says Alex is right. So I guess we'll have to go with whatever that person said.
Very nice. Thanks.
Smart person.
Yeah, agreed.
Is that all you got in your relevant segment?
That's all I got, but I'm disappointed in the fashion knowledge of this panel.
Especially because you're not fashionable at all.
No, I'm not.
And the fact that you got that one stings. What may be fashionable is to wear sandals or flip-flops to the American Family Championship if they allow you, because it's in June. Hopefully some nice weather, and you can enjoy a nice round of golf.
I think the University Ridge Golf Course might have some higher dress code than that, but you know what? You can find out today by going to amfamchampionship.com. You go to amfamchampionship.com. It'll be a great opportunity for you to see the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to the University Ridge Golf Course on Friday, June 7th through Sunday, June 9th. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a great weekend. Not only can you see the AmFam Insurance Championship, you can also see a great concert by Train on Friday, June 7th at Breeze Stevens Field. And what I love about all this, y'all, proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Families Children's Hospital. I mean, what a great opportunity for a fun weekend of golf, music, but also giving back, which is so important right here in Wisconsin. So go to amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com to get your tickets today to watch the American Family Insurance Championship right here in Wisconsin, coming up on Friday, June 7th through Sunday, June 9th.
More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on the other side.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick, on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. That's a big girl. Yeah, that's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry. That's a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Here's to the volunteers. Junior Achievement of Wisconsin is celebrating Volunteer Appreciation Month by recognizing our heroes, the volunteers who make our work possible. These remarkable individuals bring real-world experience into classrooms, mentoring students from kindergarten through high school on financial literacy, work readiness, and entrepreneurship. Make an impact on someone's life. Visit wisconsin.ja.org to learn about volunteering yourself. Junior Achievement, inspiring, preparing, succeeding.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside and no drafts, it's a game changer.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
The Bud Pavilion's free concert series Wednesday Night Live takes over State Fair Park this Wednesday with Rebel Grace. Gates open Wednesday night at 6. Live music starts at 7. Epic bands, unforgettable nights. Enjoy Rebel Grace this Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Tired of looking at dusty, dirty, and cracked garage floors? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you how you can get a fresh new look with Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor. It's also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. Contact Showtime Floors today and mention ESPN for 10% off. ShowtimeFloors.com.
Value and savings keep on coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now, we're cooling off with $2.49 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.49. Looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready to hit your fridge. With quick hot savings from Quick Trip, we're here to save you some moolah.
What do you get when you combine grilled to order deliciousness with only the finest Wisconsin cheeses? Cousin Sub's new Wisconsin cheesesteaks, featuring either steak or chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, sauteed onions, and their new Cheddar Supreme cheese sauce. It's a match made in dairy heaven. And the decadence doesn't stop there. Pair your Wisconsin cheesesteak with their new Orange Dream Shake. All are available for a limited time only. Order in store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
800-990-3776. I might have to take the loss on the whole flip-flop sandals debate. I think I've just lost completely.
Are you guys big sandal guys? Like, I'll be honest.
Well, see, now when I hear sandals, flip-flops are the ones with the toe things.
Yeah.
See, I love sandals then. Sandals are the ones that just have the flap over and all 5 of your toes stick out.
Yes.
I love sandals.
Love sandals. Yeah, and I'll wear sandals every chance I get. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's the Florida effect, but come back. Like, if it's 55, 60, give me sandals. I hate socks. Socks feel very constricting to me.
No, I don't like my toes out like that.
Really?
No, I don't like my toes out like that.
Even like so in public, like you won't go to the grocery store.
Don't forget the picture I showed you guys when I was on Bradley Beach or Bradford Beach. Not Bradley.
Bradley.
Bradley's in your head. Yeah. Brad Nortman, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace here.
Bradford Beach, and I had socks on. Remember? You
Photo?
Yeah.
That still is that's egregious to me.
I've grown. I'm now when I go to the beach, I'll have my toes out.
So let me ask you this. Someone says, okay, we're all wearing sandals, flip-flops, whatever you want them to be. Are you wearing socks or are you going barefoot? Because you just said you don't like your toes out.
I don't like my toes out.
To what length are you going to not make sure they go out?
You talking about we go to the beach?
Yeah, sure.
If we go to the beach, now I'm more of an adult and mature individual. I would have flip-flops on and have it in my toes.
Now, in conversation with our poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN, not the flip-flop sandals poll, but the is yard work therapeutic or a chore, Mac is probably going to hit Brad in the fields. Although Brad has somebody cut his 1.8 acres at the Nortman estate, Mac chimes in and says, however, I will admit after the first time you pull weeds and the weeds are growing back a week later, I definitely feel defeated. I'm not doing that every week.
Yeah, I can understand that. And I will say, too, Wisconsin is a particularly high-maintenance yard work state, right? Because summer you got stuff, you got like spring and fall that requires both like transitional work. Winter, you're always putting salt down or shoveling. I mean, there is really no time where you can just let it roll. I mean, it's kind of a high-maintenance state.
I absolutely hate the weeds. I cut the grass a couple weeks ago, or the neighbor cut my grass. That's a whole other thing. Neighbor cut my grass a couple weeks ago. Weeds 48 hours back. They cut my grass. They were sick of looking at it. I didn't have a lawnmower yet. They were sick of looking at it. I had 3 neighbors offer to cut the grass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it that bad?
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, you should understand the situation. The person just moved in here.
Are your neighbors nice or are they?
I don't know. I didn't know them like that, so I don't know.
Do you think they were doing it out of like a kindness of their heart, or if we are embarrassed to be next to your
sending
household?
you a message.
I think it was them trying to set the tone that this is what we do around here. Like I've been in one of their houses entirely too nice, so I can't really gauge, but I do think it was a message because the neighbor to the left and the right both offered to cut the grass, and the neighbor across the street just came with his lawnmower after he cut his grass and said, I can cut it for you real quick right now if you want me to. I said, go right ahead.
So you're going to be a cutting the lawn kind of guy?
Oh, yeah, I've cut the grass already since then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to get a lawnmower. I have one. I told you, I have a lawnmower, so you want to cut it.
Get a push lawnmower or riding?
I got a push lawnmower, self-propel.
Okay. I mean, it's still a little bit of manual labor, though.
All right, speaking of manual labor and cutting the grass, I got a boo-boo. My wrist was bouncing on the lawnmower and I got a blister. Is it soft of me to have acquired gloves for my landscaping duties?
Oh, yes. That's soft.
Just lawn mowing or other duties?
Lawn mowing, weed picking.
You have gloves to cut the grass, not for weed picking, but for cutting the grass as well?
Just to grip the lawnmower?
Yeah.
Maybe you should slow down. Like, what is that?
I think I go way too fast.
That's soft.
I think I go way too fast.
Yeah, you're not really
Are you gripping the throttle too hard? Because you have to push that bar down to connect the two, right?
Yeah, I think I'm too far back. Because I'm trying to go really fast.
That's not your form.
Oh, this is my form.
This is pathetic.
I'm trying to.
Why don't you walk casually? Ben is at a 45-degree angle, butt out to the sky. What kind of? Because
I'm just trying. I'm trying to go as fast as possible.
Do you realize somebody who does not cut grass himself just gave you advice on how to cut grass? I just want you to know how egregious your posture
grass
was
before. But yeah, I don't cut my
You
own.
haven't done it in what?
But you can't go.
What? When's the last time you cut some grass?
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably been since I was living at my parents'
Yeah.
house. I cut grass.
You've been an NFL man for a long time.
Yeah. But you can't go too fast, Ben, because it's not going to cut every blade of grass then.
I noticed
walking pace.
A true story as well here in the first time cutting grass, making it seem like it was my big accomplishment.
Wait, first time?
At the new home. With a new lawnmower. I had went through it, and it wasn't as cut as I thought it was because I was going way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then my fiance was like, what the heck is this? She went and did over.
No, you didn't. You did not let your woman cut the grass. You did not let your woman cut the grass. I just told my girl, I said, one thing those Wallaces don't do is we don't let women cut the grass. Her mom said, what? I said, women do not cut the grass in a Wallace household.
Well, this is an equal opportunity household.
No, it is not. You had your baby mama with her brand new ring out there.
Oh, no. She didn't have the ring yet.
My goodness. I'm shocked she said yes. You said she paused for 70 seconds. She was thinking about that time you had her out there cutting your grass.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. She did it diagonally, and it looked so much better. And that is when I noticed that Brett, like up and down.
Oh, you cut it straight. So you went straight vertical, turned around, and went straight vertical again.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with doing that.
No, you got to circle around the outside, and then you got to cut diagonal, and you got to go the opposite way the next time.
Okay,
listen, Brad.
Mr. I don't cut my own grass.
I've seen it happen.
You see Nate do it. You pay somebody to do that.
I've seen Nate.
You watch Nate?
Yeah, I'm like Nate great angles.
Good circles.
Does he have different colors?
You're paying somebody to cut your grass just so you can watch them, so you get the satisfaction of the angles.
And then I can coach you guys on how Nate's doing it, because Nate's a pro. You guys aren't pros. I'm not a pro.
Nate's right.
Nate the Great better be a legend.
He is a legend. He's a legend.
Does Nate wear gloves?
Heck no. Nate's a man's man. He ain't wearing no gloves.
Nate's also sitting down on the mower while he's doing his job.
That's true. He does pull out the weed whacker though, and gets all the tough to reach areas. And he ain't wearing gloves for that. No problem.
I'm wearing gloves with my weed whacker as well.
Man, you are sensitive.
Hey, do you have a hand thing? Do you have like a hand, like you like moisturize your hands a lot?
No,
or something like that?
Just got to protect these things.
I mean, they're nice hands.
If you take a look at my hands on YouTube right now, they're a little messed up from doing all this yard work and cutting grass.
Can I be honest?
Very dry.
Can I be honest about our hands? I just saw your hands, Ben. I saw your callus. I know mine. My hands are not very calloused. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they're pretty like soft hands.
Oh yeah, you don't cut the grass.
Yeah, but I do other things.
Such as what, Brad? What do you do?
Dave from Aaron chimes in. Bradley, do you give Nate a carbless when he's done?
Nate's usually a busy man going through it, but he knows the Nortman fridge is full of carbless, and he's welcome to it.
Does he?
I'll make sure next time around.
Wow. Just watching Nate cut your grass and doesn't even offer him.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I don't know about Nate, but when I'm watching Nate cut my grass, or when I go do yard work, I'm always grabbing a carbless. That's because when it's time to finally get my hands dirty and, finally then just relax a little bit, there's nothing like an ice cold carbless that really takes the edge off. And I could look at my domain and say, you know what, job well done. Cheers to me. $8 per can, perfectly aligned with me and my healthy lifestyle. Not only that, but it is perfect when it comes to a delicious flavor. Everyone has that first taste and they go, oh, okay, I know what Brad was talking about, whether it be the fruit flavors like, pineapple and black cherry and lemon lime, or the classic cocktails. Particularly now the margaritas are hitting. Margarita, strawberry margarita, so good. If you haven't discovered why carbless is amazing, now is the time, made right here in Wisconsin. Whether it be you're doing yard work, brewer game, at the lake, whatever. Less is more. Drink a carbless and find out why. Find them online and at retailers near you.
Josh Jacobs took the practice field for the Green Bay Packers. He wasn't in all the drills, but I saw him in uniform and I had a moment. Plus, Kyle read an article about Josh Jacobs, so we got to know what fan blog that Kyle's gonna talk about in his green sweater. Our Packer backers next in 2 minutes. It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison in Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course, camp on site all weekend, and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Make sure you get tickets for the NTT IndyCar Series race at Road America June 6th through the 9th. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
A season of award-winning golf at Sweetgrass and Sage Run is on the horizon. The Island Resort and Casino stay-and-play golf packages are booking fast, with choice dates available early in the week. After your rounds, visit the Drift Spa for a relaxing or targeted massage session. And enjoy dinner at Horizon's scenic top-floor steakhouse. So many reasons to take a drive. Book your stay-and-play golf package today. Visit islandresortgolf.com.
They put themselves in harm's way for us. They sacrifice time with their loved ones for us. They are our heroes. That's why we at Ewald Automotive proudly salute those who serve and are brave first responders. Thank you for all you do. We're offering service members and their families the benefits of our Military Advantage program with special pricing and incentives on every vehicle. Plus, all month long, we'll donate to local military and first responder charities for every car sold. Go to ewaldauto.com.
This is Kevin Van Rossum, president of 3 Tree Marketing. If your company is struggling to create a buzz or just looking for a new way to stand out, our team is here to help point you in the right direction. We'll assist you in building your brand and prove we truly know what works. Experts at 3 Tree can build a one-of-a-kind gifting experience that can set your brand apart and show how much you value your customers as well as your employees. At 3 Tree Marketing, we chase partners, not orders. Visit 3treemarketing.com to learn more about what we can do for you.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Alex Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation 800-990-3776. Brad Nortman always coming in handy with chargers, phone chargers, computer chargers, saving mine and Kyle's lives every day in these studios.
Don't forget protein bars.
Protein bars when I'm hungry.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got what you need.
That's taking advantage.
No, it's less than once a week.
Yeah, it's like
it's like bi-weekly.
Break for emergency. You know,
Yeah.
You got one?
Of course.
You need more than protein. You got to do some push-ups first so you can go to those muscles.
I'll do both.
There, I got you.
No, he need a dinner at some Big Mama house. That's what he need.
Explain.
Big Mama house.
A Big
What's
Mama's
that
house.
mean?
Big Mama's house. Y'all never seen. So Big Mama in the black community is usually Big Mama like grandma who cooks, right, and cooks a lot of food, greasy food, and so you go to Big Mama house and eat good.
If you got a hookup, let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you. Yeah, I'll invite you up. Well, my mama ain't a Big Mama. She's a beautiful woman, but I'll invite you over one day.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. He made it very clear in the first hour of the show that he does not want us to come see him outside
Hey,
of
he
work.
said that about you two, not
That's
about
very
me.
true. I didn't say about Strofe.
Oh, yeah? You want to hang out with Strofe?
Strofe is a nomad right now. He's just roaming different houses.
He said,
Strofe, you are thin. That's a compliment. Do you have a fast metabolism, or do you just not eat like that much?
Both.
Just curious.
When you have to say that is a compliment.
You're thin. You're slender. That's a compliment.
Yeah, it is. I mean, most people love that.
I have a fast metabolism, I only eat 2 meals a day.
Interesting. Which one do you skip?
Breakfast.
Why?
Never hungry in the morning.
Me either.
Coffee's all I need.
Coffee.
Interesting.
That's not good.
Lunch is usually my first meal.
I'm a slow-moving morning person, so it's a lot of work to have to make something.
I mean, they make it so convenient now, guys. You can make oatmeal the night before like me.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe if you would eat breakfast, you wouldn't be asking my man's Brad for a breakfast or a bar. What do you call it? Protein bar?
Yeah, protein bar.
A protein bar halfway through the show.
Powerful.
You're probably right, but I usually it's usually when I skip lunch is when I need the protein bar. Doesn't it make a little more sense now?
Oh, well,
Eat breakfast. 2 to 5. Now, you read an article about Josh Jacobs, but I did this Packers Twitter thing where I saw Josh Jacobs at number 8, and my first reaction was, what the hell is Amari Rodgers doing back on the Green Bay Packers? And I was like, wait, that guy's way too swaggy and looks a lot better in his movements, and he's quicker and he's stronger, and he's carrying the football, not fumbling it. So I was like, that's Josh Jacobs. And I got really excited to see Josh Jacobs in just a regular old drill on Twitter. I'm excited about Josh Jacobs, and it hit me today, right? Like, you go through the Aaron Jones conversation of, are we going to regret getting rid of him? He's now with Minnesota. Easy to say goodbye as he's embracing the culture over there because he's, to be honest, his agent kind of messed it up and didn't do him right by trying to get him the best deal. And I don't think it would have worked out regardless, but he's no longer here. You see Josh Jacobs, I get excited. Kyle, I thought you'd be more on my page, but you're not as excited because you read too much.
No. Here's the thing. Am I excited for Josh Jacobs? Absolutely. All Packers fans should be excited about the potential of what Josh Jacobs could bring to this offense. But here's the thing. At one point, I thought this was a move, and then I was excited about the move, and now I'm back to the point where will this be more risk than it will be reward? Because when you take a deeper dive into what Josh Jacobs has done, did you know Josh Jacobs is, 4 years younger than Aaron Jones? But guess who has more career carries?
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs has 138 more career carries. He has more miles on his legs. It's like buying a vehicle. Do you buy the 2015 vehicle with only 50,000 miles, or do you buy the 2018 vehicle with 75,000 miles? Which one do you get more value from? And when I'm thinking about Josh Jacobs, and I look at his overall, when you look at career average per carry, who has a larger career average per carry? Aaron Jones has that. And they both, and last week, we talked about injuries. Josh Jacobs, did he practice last week?
Oh, my God.
What I'm saying is this, though. I believe
if you're going to use the injury thing, you could say he was injured.
What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this, is that when I look at this, I love the fact that we do have Josh Jacobs, but let's be hesitant. We need to make sure that Josh Jacobs' best days aren't behind him and the best days are still in front of him, because he has a lot of mileage on him already at the young age of 26.
Before Brad, I want to ask this question because I think Brad could help me answer it. There's a difference in build between the two. And I loved how Aaron Jones, although short, was a strong runner in the middle of, like, he could go inside, he could sweep outside, like, he could catch passes. He was as versatile as you can find in a running back. But his build is not a Josh Jacobs build. His build is not to be the bell cow.
Yeah, because what those carries reflect to me is that Josh Jacobs has proven that he can be an every down back. He can be a workhorse. He can be a bell cow. He can be a guy that you can rely on to stay healthy. I know he was out for half the season last year, but generally speaking, his history reflects being available, being healthy, being able to tote the rock more than most. So if anything, yes, I understand that when Josh Jacobs is 30 years old, I don't think I want him on the Green Bay Packers. But at age 26, he's proven that he can last a whole season and he can carry the rock a bunch. I just want to ask you, when's the last time you felt like the Green Bay Packers had a strong, lethal rushing attack that was consistent?
It's been a while since we had consistency, because we know Aaron Jones, whether it's the coach not giving him the ball enough, not utilizing him enough, it just felt like we did not consistently maximize Aaron Jones. And some of it was on his own doing because of health, and he can't control that.
Yeah, so I feel like with Aaron Jones, no doubt he was a great Packer, beloved, and so versatile and talented when he was given the ball, but he was underutilized and he was inconsistent as far as health. It takes me all the way back to like 2007, 8, and 9 with Ryan Grant putting up 1,200 yards that I actually feel like the Packers had a sustainable, consistent running game. I think you need that, particularly late in the season. You can't just throw it all on the quarterback and say, Green Bay Packer quarterback, go win us a Super Bowl. It takes rushing too. I think Josh Jacobs is the perfect, healthy, consistent bell cow running back that can help provide that for Jordan Love.
To the analogy you gave, Kyle, about do you want the 2015 with 50,000 or the 2017 with 75,000 that we were going for? Maybe there's a reason why that, you know, Aaron Jones is more of the 2017 car and doesn't have as many carries because he's not as durable, and Matt LaFleur didn't trust to give him as many carries as Josh Jacobs. If they would, they could have used him that way, but he's not built that way.
What I'm looking at this now, after reading
you're comparing you're comparing real quick an SUV to a sedan.
No, what I'm comparing is the fact that at the end of the day, they're human beings, and I know I used the car analogy, but miles are miles. Like, carries are carries. To have more than 138 carries than Aaron Jones and to be that much younger than Aaron Jones, it should let you know that he signed a 4-year contract, but when you looked at the contract, I think the Packers can get out of it after like 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you this. Oh boy, Josh Jacobs, he ain't going to be a Packer for 4 years. He's not, and the Packers understand he ain't going to be here all 4 years. If they continue to run Josh Jacobs into the ground as the the Las Vegas Raiders did, Josh Jacobs, by the time it gets to year 4, is going to be completely declining. Don't think that they didn't draft Marshawn Lloyd for no reason. The Packers know exactly what they're doing. Come year 3, that's going to be the trend down for Josh Jacobs and the ascension of Marshawn Lloyd.
But don't you think then that Goody was brilliant in the way he structured it? That Josh Jacobs, you're getting him in his prime, and you're going to get 2 great years out of Josh Jacobs. And then Marshawn Lloyd, you can hand it off to him, and he's going to be the dude.
I understand that. Yes, it's fantastic, but I'm saying we should have some reservations because last year Josh Jacobs did have some nagging injuries that he dealt with. And on top of that, you put a lot of carries plus nagging injuries. Just because he's 26 and young doesn't mean that his best days are still ahead of him. I'm excited about what potentially could happen, but I still do have my reservations about the overall production that we're going to get from Josh Jacobs if he can stay healthy.
Now, here's what I'll give credit to Kyle for. This is having a Green Bay Packer backer take with some reservation.
Yeah, very.
Have you ever
very
heard
balanced?
Have you ever heard Kyle, even on your time on the Green Bay Game Day pregame show, which we had for 3 hours before every home game with you and Kyle and Tori and Jason Wilde? Have you ever heard Kyle like this?
Kyle, why so pessimistic?
Hey, come on, don't steal that. Don't you steal that out of my mouth.
Why are you
Don't you mock me.
so negative, Nancy, around the Packers' new exciting running back who was an all-pro in the league just 2 years ago?
Don't you do that to me.
Led the league in rushing, 1,000 yards on first down 2 years ago. His better days might not be ahead of him. Let's have tons of reservations.
What are you doing here, dude? It's May.
All I'm saying is this. You can look at the numbers that's out there. There is a potential that Josh Jacobs could turn out not to be as what we expect him to be. He's not coming off a career high in games played. He's not coming off in a career high of carries. He's not coming off a career high of yards.
Is everyone supposed to be when you sign him?
No,
if he was, they probably wouldn't be able to get him.
What I'm saying is this, is that we think this is 100% reward. We upgraded. We're hoping that we for sure upgraded because we're basing this off him being younger, not based off the fact that Aaron Jones did not deliver for us. Wipe me down first down.
Josh Jacobs has the ability to produce more than Aaron Jones.
We'll see. TBD.
He's proven that.
He has.
He's proven that. He was first team All-Pro. Aaron Jones has never been.
He's coming off a season where he had a down year, fellas. All I'm saying is that this fall he has a lot to prove.
What coaching staff did they have? What offensive line did they have? What system did they have? What passing game did they have?
Okay, I understand. He's in a better situation.
I just figured there were so many reasons as to why you'd be more optimistic than having this negative backpedal Kyle Wallace energy.
All I'm saying is that right now, when I look at Xavier McKinney, I think Xavier McKinney is an absolute home run. I don't think there's no way that Xavier McKinney doesn't contribute right away to this team. Whereas I look at Josh Jacobs and what we're trading him out for, and again, it's not a trade, but you're replacing a running back that was a very solid running back and a great team leader with somebody who, again, in the past, he has been great, but last year, immediately what he did for us lately, he was hurt and hampered by injuries just like Aaron Jones was. And again, the argument is about age, but what I'm bringing to the table is, and when you look at carries and durability and how many miles somebody has on their actual legs, Josh Jacobs has more miles on his legs. I'm just letting y'all know that this Josh Jacobs thing ain't so much of a lock as we think it might be.
So what is it to you? So Josh Jacobs needs to play this many games and have this many rushing yards for you to say, okay, I can prove he's proven to me that he can be that running back.
If Josh Jacobs is the guy that we signed and what we think is going to be a guy that can rush for 1,300 yards and play in all 17 football games, I don't think the expectation should be anything less than that. He's getting paid to be a top-tier running back.
So I don't know what running back is playing all 17 games every single year.
Well, Aaron Jones, his most rushing yards is 1,100 yards. So you're already saying he needs to eclipse everything Aaron Jones has already done.
That's what we're expecting, isn't it? We're not expecting Aaron Jones. We're expecting something more than that.
I do agree with going over what Aaron Jones does based off the ability for him to get more touches and be out there a lot more than Jones was because he's younger, and that's what he's proven to be. Now let's go to Adam and Madison, 800-990-3776. Kyle's a little cautious about Josh Jacobs. Where are you?
I'm actually pretty happy about Josh Jacobs. I mean, yeah, he is younger, but at the same time, when was the last time Jones made it through a season without missing games because of injury? He's had nagging injuries his entire career, and Jacobs was putting up those numbers with a subpar line in Oakland or Vegas. Derek Carr is the best quarterback he's played with. He's coming into a major upgrade all around with another good young running back. He's going to be much better than Jones was the last couple of years.
It's hard for me to say he's going to be so much better. I think he can be better, right? Aaron Jones was a really good piece for the Green Bay Packers. Even some intangible stuff that we saw that Micah Parsons and him talked about at the Super Bowl, or that Jordan Love and Micah Parsons were talking about how Aaron Jones would pick up stuff that he just naturally felt from his experience back there, giving Love more time to make those plays against the Cowboys in the divisional game. But there's a lot to be seen.
Thank you. I agree. A lot to be seen, and hopefully it's good seeing that we're going to see out of our boy Josh Jacobs.
I'm excited for Josh Jacobs. I think if there's any skill position guy that I could say, hey, Brad, you can choose any one of these guys to have a big year, who's it going to be? I would choose Josh Jacobs. He's that important to this team. If the Packers can establish an actual top 8 running game, oh my goodness. This offense is going to be ridiculous.
They definitely can be, and I hope the offense becomes ridiculous as well for the Milwaukee Bucks again moving forward, as I'm sick and tired of seeing other teams play in the playoffs and thinking back to the first-round losses. But you can hear more about what's happening behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks dives deep into Bucks in 6, a culture unknowingly created by former Bucks star Brandon Jennings. Take a look inside the Brandon Jennings story, the origin of Bucks in 6, how it became the rallying cry, and what it truly means to Jennings and Bucks fans alike. Find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus. The Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher. Every Wednesday at 3:15, it's time for the punter. It's time to hear Brad Nortman out next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said?
Oh, wow.
He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Starting off with an accident along 94 eastbound right about at 68th Street off on the right shoulder just as you're coming around the curve there, so be careful. Westbound side's a little bit tight from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound 43 backed up from Kilbourne up past Keith. The southbound side slow from before Hampton all the way down to Keith. Traffic is brought to you by the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. Gates open at 6. Live music starts at 7 tonight with Rebel Grace from the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Clear and chilly, a low of 48 at the lake, 43 inland. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful, a high of 65 at the lake, 70 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
Right now, they'd be a toss-up with the Herd.
People just don't know how funny mean you are.
Come on.
Well, I mean, that's mean, but it's funny, and the funny trumps the mean, and so you laugh.
But there might be some truth to that.
There, of course there's some truth to it.
The Homer Hour with Homer. Weekdays from 5 to 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on YouTube.
Even when you get a great price, diamonds cost a lot of money.
But we want you to be able to buy the engagement ring you really want.
You won't have to settle for anything less than fantastic when you come to Kessler's.
We do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
Friendly financing makes it possible.
We can give you 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit.
And with approved credit, we can give you 36 months to pay with just 9.99%.
And if getting your credit approved is a problem, we've even got second chance financing for people who deserve a second chance.
Don't settle for second best. Come to Kessler's.
Seriously, we do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
That's the sort of thing you can expect from us when you hear us say, welcome to Kessler's.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com. And one more thing, welcome to Kessler's.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live, which is an active one.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside.
For the first time, our whole house actually feels like the same climate.
And no drafts. It's a game changer.
Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella, and if you order today, you get 0% interest for up to 48 months. When it comes to replacing or upgrading your windows and doors, you want to be confident about your decisions. With Pella Design Works, you can see what your home could look like before you buy. Black frame windows or white, vinyl, wood, or fiberglass. Bring your vision to life and rest assured it's the perfect style for your home. Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PalaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
See what everyone is talking about at the club at Lac La Belle. The birthplace of golf in Wisconsin has a rich history you will feel upon arrival. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Experience a round at the club at Lac La Belle. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. Looking for more golf? Take advantage of same-day replay rates and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Crawling back to you. Never thought I'd call and
Every Wednesday, we get the opportunity to go inside the brain of Brad Nortman. I'm Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace here with you. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Alex Strofe running the show. Let's hear from our punter. Let's hear Brad out.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
Guys, we talked about this yesterday in the wake of the famous or infamous umpire Angel Hernandez retiring. There's
Angel.
Oh, is it Angel? Is it Angel? I don't know. Which one is it?
I think
I think it's Angel.
I think it goes by Angel.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you were trying to be culturally correct.
That's right. I am trying to be culturally correct. Either way, he retired, and the conversation for electronic officiating has never been more intense. It's not only baseball. They're talking about it in football. They're talking about it in plenty of other sports. They think, let's take the human element out of officiating and let's put in this electronic element. To that, I say, absolutely not. We must keep human officiating at all sports, at all levels. Maybe not all levels, but professional levels for sure. I'm going to get into why. I can tell Ben already likes it.
Let him finish.
That gets my blood pumping.
I didn't do it. I just was reacting to an early statement.
That gets my blood pumping even more. Guys, at the professional levels, yes, they make bad calls, but I love the drama. I love the unpredictability. I love the unique part of sports that even though everything else ebbs and flows, right? TV, movie, whatever else, sports is the last truly unscripted, unpredictable form of entertainment, and the officiating is a part of that. The human element of that can't be missed out on. Because it's unscripted, unknown, and unpredictable, the human element makes it so much more fun. The conversation, the drama, it elevates it. If you're going to put in, let's say it's a electronic umpire for balls and strikes. Let's say that it's the chain gang in the NFL game and it's all electronic. That becomes stiff, boring, stale, and uniform. I don't want my sports to be any of that. I want them to be fun. I want them to add elements to the conversation. And guys, let's be honest. When the umpire gives that, you're out, or when the chain gang runs out there and you don't know it's going to be inches.
You're
out.
You can tell he never.
You got to do a way better.
Okay, I'll be honest.
You need a better strike three call.
I'll be honest. I've never done that before. So the first time on air. So or when it's like fourth and inches and like did they get it? And the chain gang, they run out there, they tighten the chain, they put it down. That is a moment of drama that I don't want to lose out on. Or the when the basketball umpire gives like the
basketball umpire
referee. I'm all up in it right now. My blood's pumping. Gives the charge emotion, or even in soccer when they give the card. There is something about the theatrics of sport.
I don't like the charge call because that is lending itself to the home.
I think it's
arena,
so fun.
right?
Like so fun.
I do love when they put it into it because they really do step in.
I know, but like that suggests that they are biased by liking that the crowd is cheering for what they're about to do.
It reflects how egregious of a call it actually was. So, guys, the human element, the human theatrics that is sports, it would be missing a critical component if they ever move to this AI, artificial electronic governing of the game. It's got to be stopped. The organic nature of referees has to be maintained in there. I don't care if it makes it better. I don't care if it makes strikes and balls more accurate or whatever else.
Balls and strikes? You call them strikes and balls?
Yeah,
Just
strikes
backwards.
I feel like you're being nitpicky.
Oh, I mean, from the basketball umpire to strikes and balls.
There is an umpire in basketball, isn't there?
Okay.
No, there's an umpire on the football field.
It wouldn't be a here Brad out if I didn't have many different interruptions from many different areas. So to land this plane, electronic officiating, which is on its way. I mean, Major League Baseball might do it in 2025, 2026. Probably not next year, but 2026. Guys, it's coming. And I say we put a stop to it. I don't want that in my game. I don't want that in my professional games. I think it's far more entertaining to let the real human umpires, referees, and officials have their play in the game.
Typically, I go to Kyle first for a here Brad out. But Brad, you mentioned that taking away the umpires, the human element, would make sports stiff and boring and stale. Our very own stiff and boring stale guy, Brad Nortman, nailed this 100%.
Hey.
I want the drama. I want like the human element of like if it's a close call, guess what? You have to learn to adjust to who is behind the plate. Now, I don't want Angel Hernandez back there where he's missing a foot off, as you would say.
Angel.
I want the human element. I want, like, if it becomes robotic, right, then what emotion is there going to be? We thrive off drama. Sports are drama. It's a soap opera. And the soap opera becomes boring when you take away the character that, I don't know, I don't want to get graphic. I think in soap operas, sometimes, like, somebody... They're trying to find the murderer or something.
So
you know what I mean? They take away the whole spice of the show.
They can be a villain. Like they can be a villain in some respects.
Yeah, you're both wrong. You really are. I mean, at what point, like, when did getting things right all of a sudden became this controversial thing? You mean to tell me
Kyle.
getting the right call, taking away human error? Here's the thing, is that, yes, should you have umpires still call balls and strikes? Sure. Why not? But if somebody decides to challenge a call for balls and strikes, what's more suspenseful when they go in, they do the replay, and you're waiting to see what the call is? And you talk about goals in soccer. I love the fact that they hate VAR. You go back and they say if the goal's good, what does the crowd do if it says the goal's good? It erupts. And it comes to foul calls in NBA when a referee goes and says, the ruling on the field is overturned. It actually exists. The crowd goes crazy. You can still have that. In football with first downs, how wouldn't it be cool if you had, instead of running the chain gang out there, you have a laser that shoots out there and everybody goes and tries to look at the laser to see if the nose of the football broke the plane of the laser? There is still suspense. There is still excitement in that, but there is something that you can say is you got the call right, and that's what matters the most.
How in the world? In the world in the game of football? I always hear, like, put a chip in the ball. How does a chip in the ball know when a knee or elbow or butt hits the ground? It does not have the sensory to the person that's holding it.
You go to replay to go see where you spot the ball.
What if there are bodies everywhere like there already is now when they can't overturn calls?
You use judgment calls, and matter of fact, if you put a sensor in... Listen, I know you got dumb yesterday doing the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust when Greg Scalzo came back, but if they can have technology, they can put chips inside the grass in the field where they can tell you exactly where to place the ball. Come on now, technology is that far advanced.
Well, and to your point, Kyle, like if it is something egregious and there is some sort of monitoring system going on to make sure that horrible calls are not affecting the game, then yeah, I'm okay with that. But they're talking about implementing a laser for a spot, or you're talking about
that'd be fantastic. Get it right.
Strike zone. That is so lame.
We should get it right. Matter of fact, in the NFC Championship game, I think the Packers got some terrible spots.
Kyle's lame. Kyle's lame. Kyle's lame. Kyle's lame. Why are you chanting with us?
I don't know. I like chanting with people. It could be for me or against me, but I'm telling you this right now. I would have preferred us getting the right spot when Aaron Jones got that first down, or not got the first down, was closer when it should have been like 3rd and 1 or 3rd and inches instead of being like 3rd and 2.5. So yeah, I like getting things right.
But even that, like you can never put a whole game on a ref. Right? I mean, it never comes down to just one play or never just one call.
When the pitcher from the Detroit Tigers, Andre Galarraga, whatever his name is, whoever it was, who lost his perfect game.
I remember exactly what you're saying because the umpire made the wrong call.
Exactly.
But guess what? There is now replay for that.
Well, we talk about Angel Hernandez.
If anything, they should go back in the record books and change it now that they changed the rule.
Well, with Angel, the reason why nobody liked him is because he got a lot of calls wrong, especially when he calls the balls and strikes. I was watching the Brewers game a couple days ago, and they had a terrible missed call on a strike.
That's part of baseball, and for the
Armando
for the other team, there's also missed balls and strikes.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine, but I want to get it all corrected. I'd rather have a game that's accurate than a game that's flawed by human error.
No, that takes away from the entertainment, the theatrics, the fun of it.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. You can still ring them up. Strike 3, you're out. You can still ring them up. You can do that.
No, because there's no connection for that emotional connection of the umpire making the call.
You know, with these, like the theorized AI for the strike zone, there'll be no umpire. It's just the batter, the catcher, and then the catcher will catch it, and you'll look up to the thing and say, what's it going to say, ball or strike?
Well, the umpire can relay the message.
That is so boring.
No, it should be something in his ear that says strike, and he just goes, strike 1.
But he's useless.
Strike 2.
If
strike 3.
The umpire would be useless in that situation.
As an umpire, they should embrace this. It's less on them, and it's more exciting. Matter of fact,
they're becoming obsolete.
I would sign up to be an umpire.
Brad thinks that there needs to be the human element in refereeing. What do you think, KBN Nation? 800-990-3776. Kyle is...
Get rid of you slum humans.
Behind the plate?
Wow.
Bum humans.
Are you just trying to cozy up to AI right now when it takes over? And it's like, that Kyle Wallace.
He was nice to us.
He's nice to us.
Yeah, clip this and send it to Microsoft.
You think Microsoft
or
is
Google,
the one?
or NVIDIA?
Boston Robotics. I think is the one with the
whoever can make sure they don't attack me.
Well, just make sure you gear up with your own strength at the Princeton Club. With 8 locations, 8 in Madison, 1 in New Berlin, you can find your better tomorrow. And all you gotta do is have the courage to go in there and just get the tour. They're open 24/7. They have free childcare with the membership. You're gonna have the best equipment and the best facility. So join the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. We hear from KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Reacting to Brad's Hear Brad Out. That's next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Do you wash your shins in the shower? We shower from hair to kneecap. The rest can drip down our legs to our feet.
It doesn't work that way.
No, it does work that way.
What does the poll say?
34% don't wash their shins.
That is shockingly low. KBN Nation, you're better than that.
Yeah, it sounds like we have a lot of disgusting human beings on this planet.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we got an accident on 41 northbound, right about at Watertown Plank Road, off on the left shoulder, so watch out for that. We've also got an accident eastbound 94 at about 68th Street. That one's off on the right shoulder. Other than that, southbound 43, slowing down from before Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive to about Keith. Northbound's backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keith. And, of course, we've got our backups on 894 westbound out of the Mitchell Interchange all the way to 68th Street. Traffic is brought to you by the Club at Lac La Belle. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time at club@laclabelle.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, clear and chilly, a low of 48 at the lake, 43 inland. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful, a high of 65 at the lakefront, 70 inland. Weather's brought to you by Golden Mast in Business Showcase. Check out their event space during a complimentary open house on Monday, June 3rd from 4 until 7. Register at goldenmastin.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May, score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries, 5 times the entries on drawing days, and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus, a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
lower prices. Those aren't words you hear too often these days. But at your local Milwaukee and Chicago area IKEA stores, they've rolled out new lower prices on hundreds of your favorite furniture and home furnishing options throughout the store, making it more affordable to give any room in your home a stylish makeover. Utilizing innovations in design, production, and packaging, we strive to cut costs and lower prices without compromising quality, passing those savings on to you. Visit your local IKEA stores to see what savings are coming next.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7 and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University. Affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ain't no referee here. I know it's not official. Let me call my parents.
Brad Nortman does not want everything to become AI, robotic, as it comes to umpires, referee. And I'm with him. Kyle's not. What say you, KBN Nation? 800-990-3776. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, John in West Bend. You're up first.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. I think you're going to get everything that you want because you want the chain gang to still come out, and Kyle wants the lasers. My guess is the lasers will be between 2 posts that they hold up. So it's not going to be like a light show, but they'll still probably have to run out there to hold it up to get the measurement. So you guys get exactly what you want.
I appreciate the thought, John. It still doesn't change how I feel.
I don't know. I feel like a laser going through. Imagine, you know how before they put the ball right up to the chain? Now imagine, like John just said, they have the 2 chains from each side and it comes out and they walk it out and then everybody stands around the football trying to look and the laser shoots out and the crowd goes wild and the defense jumps because they got the turnover on downs. Yeah, that'll be exciting. There's nothing more fun than that.
I'm not sure that is better than the chain gang running out there and,
and the last second,
and then just down in the ground. But even with that being said, what we're talking about, you're talking about just basically a laser first down that you activate sometimes. This AI
whole
officiating
laser thing, I just think of arming the laser.
Like AI officiating goes beyond that. You're talking about chips in a ball. You're talking about sensors on the field. You're talking
about accuracy.
You're talking about something that takes away from the fun, from the
numbers guy. Accuracy. I thought you liked things to be accurate. You want your taxes.
There are plenty of things to be accurate for.
Already. Is spots really that inaccurate that really changes outcomes of games?
Yeah, it does. I told you the Green Bay Packers against the 49ers that they had a bad spot.
I'm kind of with Kyle on this one. I was so mad the first quarter. It was such a bad spot.
It was terrible. It was egregious. It was absolutely egregious.
And it was no good angles to overturn it.
It was bad.
Challenging.
Ask any player, any coach, that they'll always say, the official doesn't dictate the outcome of the game. Let's go talk to Jordan Love's 2 interceptions. Let's talk to letting people run wild.
And that's why I'm very anti-blame ref.
No.
You have more opportunity to make an impact on the game than the referees.
Listen,
for sure.
Listen, I understand that's true. But referees can
I'm
play
trying to
a
think
role.
of fixing
They can
games.
play- Tim Donahue have to say about
He
that.
have to say something about that.
Here's the thing: is that referees do play a role in the outcome of the game. They miss calls all the time. That can play a role in the outcome of a game. I believe it was the New Orleans Saints game where they called the pass interference call that eventually led to them having a season where you can try to challenge pass interference calls. Like they can have an outcome in the game, and their calls by play to play definitely have an out. They
Kyle,
play into
be
the role of the
quiet.
game.
Someone wants to have your back.
Oh yeah, who is this?
John in Milwaukee. Welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. You're up.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Fantastic. You?
Great.
I'm just trying not to die over here. I think I'm going to make it. Kyle, I got your back, and here's why.
Appreciate you.
The thing I love about sports is I love the human drama. I love the performances. That's what I watch for. I don't watch to see if some guy in a stupid-looking button-up shirt behind the plate can call a strike when it's 6 inches off the plate. All right, that's not something I want to watch. I don't think that needs to be in the game, and I think the game is nonetheless riveting watching the players play, not did this guy screw up another call.
John, don't you think the human element adds to the drama, though?
Yeah, you're taking something away.
There's more players. There's more unpredictability. Players meaning more impact on the game. There's more unpredictability, more drama.
You don't like when the managers
Okay,
and
here, let me give you-
coaches
can I give you
and
guys an
players.
example?
Don't get my boy John all worked up.
No,
He's
we're
trying
just
to
asking him a
survive.
question.
He did say
true.
that.
All right.
He did say that.
Well, no, let me give you an example of this, okay? All right, so let's say, so bottom of the ninth inning, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the pitcher's got a couple pitches you can kind of give away before it gets to a full count. And, he's probably going to groove one right down the plate, particularly in a win or lose type situation. So maybe he throws one that's a few inches off the plate to see if he's going to chase. All right, and so from the pitcher's perspective, you're playing cat and mouse. From the hitter's perspective, you got to swing anything close. Do you have the discipline to hold up on something that you shouldn't swing at? Well, I want to see that. I don't want to see you hold up on that third strike and Angel Hernandez make the punch out when it's like 6 inches off the plate. That's not riveting. That's I stopped.
No,
I'm not going to give him an FCC
So I
thing.
like it, John. I like it. So you mentioned the cat and mouse game. There's a cat and mouse game within the cat and mouse game of the umpire. They have data. They know who these umpires are. They have crews that travel around. And when it comes to knowing who's behind the plate, are they more pitcher friendly? Are they more hitter friendly?
Do you hear what you're
exactly
saying?
right. No.
That is completely changing the outcome, not based off the skill set. It's based off, I know this umpire here, he has a wider strike zone.
Yeah.
He has a higher...
And guess what?
it adds
Kyle, let me say one more thing, okay? Because I was getting to this with
And
John
I
on the
wanna add
phone.
something
And
after
I'd love
yours.
for you to add, right? So
Let's play
Pat
for John,
Murphy
too.
or the Yankees manager who got tossed for not even saying anything in the first
Aaron
inning,
Boone.
right? That creates storylines. That creates eyeballs. That creates drama. That creates tension throughout the game that might lead to a blow up and people going crazy, throwing bases across the field. That's fun to watch. And if you say you don't enjoy a nice scuffle between grown men spitting in each other's faces, yelling at each other about calls, then you're boring to me.
And that's the beauty of sports. It's unpredictable, it's unscripted, and it's imperfect. When I played for the Jags, my second year particularly, they leaned big time into analytics. And before every game, they would do a breakdown of the officiating crew for that game. And they would say they're 2 times more likely to call holding. They're 3 times less likely to call pass interference. And you would change the way you play a little bit in order to accommodate for that. And that would be something you would think about as you prepare and then actually on Sunday. So that level of additional thought and gamesmanship as a professional athlete is so fun. It's so unique. And there's just a human element that I just cannot see the game being as good if you don't have that.
Fellas, sports evolves just like everything else in life. Yes, the element of being able to understand that these referees are going to call this less or call this more allows you to adjust. Like, that's cool, but let that be in the past. Let's let the game be more natural and free and correct by having these officials actually get the call right, by having assistance. Use technology to your advantage.
And real quick, I can understand why if everything is 97% correct now and you can get to 100, does that 3% that you add in accuracy, it takes what you lose is greater. The cost is greater of all the intrigue, of all the fun, of the drama. I think losing out on that drama for 3% better of calls is a bad trade.
I'd rather see a dunk than see a referee make a call.
Oh, my goodness.
Shout out to my boy John.
800-990-3776. We'll keep getting your calls and your texts, but I want the human element with talking to somebody who works at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, like Gina Della from Pella.
I mean, I'll tell you what, they are a human element that is from start to finish that makes you feel like, you know what? This is the decision that I need to make for my household because it's completely customizable. They work with you, the actual person of you, to make sure you get exactly what you need. Color, size, fit. Ben, you've got that bay window that you were talking to Gina about. It's a unique structure. And she's like, oh, yeah, we can take care of that, no problem. When we
customize, find the budget, what we're looking for, vinyl, wood. We got it.
That's right. And you guys know me. I'm always about a deal. I'm looking for high-quality products, but at a deal. And right now, Pella is giving you that deal. 0% interest for 48 months. That is 4 years of 0% interest. And you can get those Pella windows and doors that's going to increase your home value, decrease your energy costs. You guys know I like it cold, so I'm pumping the air conditioning recently. You can keep that cost down with the beautiful, luxurious, and reliable Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin. But you got to take advantage of that deal by May 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
More from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, us and you, KBN Nation, next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Kayla Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tout, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
You are looking live.
Hi, Josh.
I am looking live at like 18 different things. I've got my glasses on. I can read it. If you don't want to do it, fine. I'll just lean over
I got it.
Trade proposal. No, forget you. You had your chance. And you compared me to your grandpa.
May he rest in peace.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
I'm Monica Kessler.
Monica makes sure that everything at Kessler's is worthy of a lifetime warranty.
The quality of your ring is incredibly important when it comes to diamond setting, ring sizing, and repairs.
Monica has been part of Kessler's since she was 6 years old.
Let me tell you how to judge the quality of the jewelry you're buying.
It's easier than you think.
All you have to do is read the warranty.
Most stores offer a 5-year warranty, but Kessler's offers a lifetime warranty, the strongest in the world.
We can do it because we put more gold in your jewelry.
When a jeweler wants to make a bigger profit, they put less gold into the jewelry. This makes it thinner and easier to break.
Theirs might look like ours at first glance, but Kessler's jewelry is made not to break, and that takes more gold.
We give you a lifetime warranty because our jewelry is made to last forever, just like your love.
Gold is more than $2,000 an ounce.
Kessler's gives you more gold, a lot more gold.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Do you have a car, boat, ATV, or motorcycle taking up space in storage or your garage? Homer here, asking you to consider donating it to Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a local faith-based nonprofit organization dedicated to inspiring and equipping at-risk youth and their families. They need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping troubled youths transform their lives. Visit rawhide.org/donate and learn how you can help today.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. Pretty simple. You just pick more or less on 2 or more players' stats for a shot to win up to 100x on your cash. And testing my skills on Prize Picks this playoff basketball season, it's the most simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Made my first $10 deposit and received an instant $10 bonus. If you have the skills, you can play for a shot at turning your $10 into $1,000. This playoff season, the star players mean more on Prize Picks. Keep an eye out for starred players on the board, and you could receive a 10% payout boost if they're in your winning lineup. Download the app today and use that code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Road America at Elkhart Lake is a great place for you to have affordable family fun because you can enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. And up next is the NTT IndyCar Series, June 6th through the 9th. I know they got motocross, but just make sure you get the 6th through the 9th tickets at roadamerica.com. So many racing events. It's like a national park. Well, they call it America National Park of Speed. But you have fantastic concession stands, high-speed excitement. You can camp out all weekend. It's everything you need and more. Go to roadamerica.com to get your tickets today. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Alex Strofer on the show. UKBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Reluctantly, I go to Ron in the key, 800-990-ESPN.
I'd be reluctant. Going to be proven wrong. You do not want the human element. Why have a shot clock? Why not just have the ref count to 24? If they need contacts or glasses, why have that? It's more human element. Let them see how God made them.
Preach.
You want it precise. You don't see a coach going, nice human element there. No, they're upset when the foul is wrong.
But
you
it
don't want the human
creates
element.
things for you, Ron, as a fan,
It's
which
for
I
the
don't know.
fans.
I don't know what you are, other than just wanting things to be mathematical and robotic. I like the fan element
Correct. I
for
want
me
things to
as
be
somebody who
correct.
watches. Look, Ron. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for a second. I'll speak our language, and hopefully people can follow. Right, from a betting perspective, I know that when I enter into a bet, that there are things that can go my way and not go my way, and it can affect the outcome. But that's part of the rush that I get watching something that I bet on, is knowing that something could go my way and I could win, or something could not go my way and I could lose.
You lost a $5,000 bet because of a bad
That's
call.
irresponsible.
Okay. You bet $100 where you can win. You did a parlay, and the last leg of the parlay you can win $1,800.
I would have hedged.
Okay, stop. What I'm saying is, a bad call, you're coming in here the next day, and you're not talking about, that was so exciting watching me lose out on my parlay. You'll be talking about how egregious that
Ron
call
is screaming.
was.
Your dopamine won't be any different with or without correct calls. Because there'll still be a win, there'll still be a loss.
It increases the level of predictability in sports, and the reason you watch sports is because of unpredictability, because you don't know what's going to happen. It's one of the few things in life where it's not scripted, where it's entertaining. It's entertainment. It's fun.
Who's your favorite NFL official?
I don't know.
You?
But they play.
It was Gene Steratore, because he used to ref our
NBA
basketball
ref?
games.
Kyle,
you're a hockey guy?
That you're even making a better
Booger
point,
McFarland.
saying that generally speaking, the human element of
Booger
officials.
McFarland. Booger McFarland.
Booger, somebody Booger. not
Jerome
McFarland.
Booger.
Jerome Booger. I knew it was a brother. What's his name? Booger.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I know we're going really deep into official talk right now, but I love Jerome Booger's cadence. Can we get a Jerome Booger call off of YouTube, please? We'll get him up. But while we do that, Brad, I heard you were wheeling and dealing for a good deal during one of our internal calls today.
Oh, man, guys, listen. So Lexi and I, my wife, we've been on the hunt for a high-quality treadmill for a while. We have a $300 Amazon treadmill right now.
What are you going to do with that?
Don't know yet. You looking for a happy home?
Maybe.
Okay.
Do you deliver?
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't
deliver?
You got to come get it from the Nortman house. Dang, Kyle, I'll give you a free treadmill. And
so you drove all the way up to Grafton to get a $50 Christmas tree.
Exactly. So Kyle can drive to the Nortman household to get his deal for a treadmill. As is, too.
Oh, gosh. Keep going with the story.
No, it's good. But anyway, we've been on the lookout for a good treadmill for a while. The Rolls Royce of treadmills is Woodway. We have been wanting to get a Woodway for a long time. Do you guys want to know what a Woodway usually goes for?
I'd like to know what it is first.
Yeah.
It's a treadmill.
It's a treadmill.
What makes it so
brand?
special?
It's a brand.
It's a brand. It's a branded treadmill.
A Rolls Royce.
It's the Rolls Royce of treadmills.
How much is regular retail estate, Brad?
Forget you, man.
What do you think? Kyle's making shout-outs
Well,
to
it's a
people.
company. I want to flip him the bird.
Don't do that.
Okay, stay focused, Kyle. Usual, probably $15,000.
What?
For
$15,000 for a treadmill?
Who would ever pay that?
That's a car. That's a vehicle. Heck, my car cost $17,000 in 2012.
Yes. That's how nice these treadmills are.
Hey,
That's
can't be
more
that
than
nice.
my car. My car was 11.
So that is a
It's more than net worth.
that is a brand new Woodway treadmill. $15,000. That's
$15,000 for a treadmill?
They have some that are like
Who would
20.
pay that?
The best.
What
the best,
does
bro.
this thing have? Like,
I mean,
it
it
gives
feels
you
you go to the bathroom while
it
you're
feels like
on
you're
it? Can
running
you
on
take
a
a
cloud.
nap? Like,
The incline has to go to a ridiculous degrees.
So so you can get them refurbished for like
Refurbished.
refurbished.
yeah, refurbished.
Yeah, you're not familiar with that concept, are you?
That was good, Strobe. That was really good.
Good but factual.
So refurbished for like $7,500.
My gosh.
So for those reasons, we were always like, I don't know. It's way beyond what we want to spend for a treadmill. Our local,
and you won't get blinds
Yeah, that's
for
what
your
I'm thinking.
house?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, hold on. The story gets better. So our local YMCA, shout out to YMCA Paps Farms, they're redoing their whole fitness area. So they're auctioning off some of their equipment. One of those equipment, a Woodway treadmill.
Oh, really?
So we were tracking.
you don't know this, by the way.
No,
you were
I
on Mr.
don't.
Irrelevant.
So we have been tracking this. So the auction's been open for a week, and it's
Okay.
been quiet, okay? It's very little bids being placed. We're like, okay, we might get this for a good deal. The last 3 hours, noon is when this, like 12:30 is when the auction ended. It ramped up in intensity. And Lex, I'm refreshing the page of this online auction. I'm doing something, and the next bid above it's 100 more, another 100 more. I'm outbidding this phantom other person that also wants a Woodway treadmill. On our content call, I hate to say this, Evan Cohen and everyone that was leading the content call, but I had one eye on that, one eye on my treadmill that I was auctioning off. With 15 seconds to go,
Last bid?
They did a bid over me. With 5 seconds to go, I did a bid over them. Woo! So I got me a Woodway treadmill. You guys want to know how much it was for?
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
Can we
disclose
guess?
a $15,000.
Yeah.
You can guess.
$38.50.
I think you're high.
Yeah, I probably got it for $2,800.
I think you're high. $2,200?
$2,500. $2,500.
That is a 20%, 80% discount.
Yes.
I mean,
so
it's
now
used.
you know why I was. Yeah, it's used, but
Is it refurbished?
it is not technically refurbished. But
Do you know it's operational?
Yeah,
Is there
it's
any
operational.
Matt
warranty
from
that comes
Racine
with it?
wants to know if that treadmill runs for him too.
It has to be. It has to. It has to do a lot for you. Squirt
does,
water in
yeah.
your mouth while you're running.
I mean, it feels like you're running on a cloud, baby. It feels so good. So yeah, so we are finally the proud owners of the Rolls Royce of treadmills. It Woodway
Ron
treadmill.
McKee chimes in. I was hoping Lexi was bidding versus Brad.
No, it was me. I was getting all intense with it when I saw that last.
Was this an approved purchase?
Oh yeah, I let her know. I let her know my max. I said, "Baby, I'm gonna get us a
What
treadmill."
was your max?
What was max?
Probably $3,000.
Oh, okay.
If you're 3, you might as well do 4.
This is a treadmill that should last you 30 years.
All right. So I look forward to diving deeper into Brad spending $50 for a Christmas tree and $2,500 on a treadmill that is worth $15,000 apparently. Do we got Jerome
Brand new.
Booger? So for some reason, Jerome Booger's name came up in our referee conversation.
Officials speak that you don't know.
Here we go.
There are 2 fouls on the play.
Let's see.
One against each team. We had illegal block in the back against the kicking team and illegal block in the back against the receiving team. We will see if the receiving team wants to just have their foul enforced or have the ball re-kicked.
I love his cadence.
I love it too.
You can't be without that.
You don't
can't be
remember
without
Jerome
that.
Booger?
I do. I can visualize him in my head right now.
Roughing the kicker, defense, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
But here's the thing: he got the call wrong. You hate him.
Rutledge and Hamilton
all
up
part
next
of it.
in Madison. Is the Kelly Sheffield thing? Yeah. I'll have to read Jesse Nelson's email a little closer. But you'll get them next in Madison, us in Milwaukee in 2 minutes.
Well, southbound on 94, right about at Highway 158 in Kenosha County. We got the 2 left lanes blocked with a crash there. Got one on northbound 41 at Watertown Plank Road. That one's off on the left shoulder. One on 94 eastbound at 68th Street. That's off on the right shoulder. 894 southbound just south of Beloit Road. We got the left lane blocked with a crash there. And then a broken down vehicle northbound on 43 right about at Keith. The right lane is blocked with that one, so that is definitely backing things up all the way to the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by Saz's Baseball, Grilling, Festivals, and Saz's. Summer in Wisconsin is the finest, and Saz's Statehouse is the place to be, located at 55th and State, Saz's.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, clear and chilly, a low of 48 at the lake, 43 inland. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful with a high of 65 at the lake, 70 inland. Weather is brought to you by the Golden Mast Inn Business Showcase. Check out their event space during a complimentary open house on Monday, June 3rd from 4 until 7. Register at goldenmastinn.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Oh, well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust. Next to me to my left is the man who was looking for a $15,000 treadmill.
Isn't that wild?
Found a great deal at a local YMCA.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's been a nice that must have been the nicest YMCA in the world with a $15,000 treadmill.
They have 3 of them. It's a super nice YMCA. Super nice. No free ads, but super nice.
For how smart you are to actually say the word refurbished.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
I've never even seen that word before.
Have you heard of affluenza? That's it. He's too affluent.
Affluenza.
No, it's an affluenza. That's the thing.
I legit thought it was refurbished. It's refurbished.
Appleman in the Orchard chimes in $15,000 for a treadmill. We bought a tractor for $9,400.
Look at that, and that's an investment.
That is an investment on the Apple Orchard.
You're actually going somewhere in that.
Yeah, it just reminds me how poor I am as I was considering buying a used vehicle for $13,000 and say, I don't know if I.
Justin, the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust grader, chimes in, just says Brad is so white.
Wait, does that make me white?
I don't chime in on those conversations. They don't have to do with me. I refuse to be called anything.
Got a new treadmill, though, boys.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
100 days away from kickoff in the Packers-Brazil game. 99 away from the Thursday night football game to kick off the season. I want to know from KBN Nation, I know, Brad, you have a strong opinion on this. What is the biggest question that you want answered this offseason before they kick off in Brazil?
You know,
and 800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee.
Here's why this day feels like it matters to me, right? I mean, you go from 100 to 99 days. You're talking about double-digit days. The season actually feels like it starts to be in grasp. You're talking about less than 2 months from training camp, and tomorrow will be 99 days until the Packers take the field against the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil. And it creates a sense of urgency for me. And my question that I need answered in the next 100 days is, who the heck's our kicker? Who the heck is the Green Bay Packer kicker? And there are other things I want to see take shape. But this one in particular, I feel like the Packers have the biggest question mark with no ironed out plan. I look at what they're doing, having 3 kickers in these OTA training camp. And I doubt one of those guys actually comes into fall camp. I think it's going to be 2 guys that are going to be on the roster when training camp starts. But even Rich Bisaccia said to Jason Wilde, he said something to the effect of, look, it could be these 3 guys. It could be another 3 guys. It could be any one of those 6. When I hear that, I think that they're just literally pulling at straws to try to figure out, man, who's capable? Who is capable of being an NFL kicker in our building? Because this team, they're going to be in close games. They're going to be in games that matter. The margin of victory in the NFL is usually only 3 points. You're talking about a field goal. Those field goals are critical. And if we want this team to be a deep run playoff team like we think they might be, you better be able to have a kicker that can do it, because everyone else...
Just reliability more than anything, right?
Yeah.
I was very frustrated with Mason Crosby at the end of his tenure because he couldn't get a touchback, and if it was 50+, they wouldn't even send him out there half the time because it was cold. Now, he was dialed in even in his last season from 49 in, but I would have took that consistency, and I hate to even say that because I wanted him gone. I would have taken that consistency over what we got, even just 4 of 6 from 50 out? But that didn't matter. He was missing extra points consistently. He missed what?
He missed 11
kicks
he
in
missed
12
11
games?
kicks all year, and he was number 29 out of 30 who had more than 20 kicks for extra points.
And so when it comes to Anders Carlson, it's like, dude, it wasn't, even for Goody, it wasn't the time to be not bringing competition. He brought in competition too late, and now we're still having this conversation.
A stat that we would hear all the time in the special teams room is the play, the change of possession play that creates the highest likelihood of points is a missed field goal. It's not a punt. It's not a fourth down. It's not a fumble or an interception. It's a missed field goal. Why is that? Because the momentum swing is so great, and the field position tends to be pretty good, that it creates the highest level of likelihood points after a change of possession.
That's deflating too.
Very.
Your defense probably got to stop, and you want to, after you see your offense march down the field, you want some points just for some momentum. Then you hop back on the field.
Guess what happened? What happened against the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs games? Anders Carlson missed the field goal, gave the momentum to the 49ers, because now they're saying, all right, we got the ball back and we're only down 4. We go down here and score, we take the lead, versus we go down here and score to tie up the game. It's a different mentality. It's an absolute momentum shift. And Brad, you know what? I know you're a little biased with the special teams, but I think you convinced me and Ben that this is high priority on what the Green Bay Packers are thinking about.
Brad knows
days
this.
Out.
I really was down on Anders from the beginning.
You were.
And from training camp, when everyone was talking about it, everyone's like, oh, he'll learn as these young guys go. It's a different position. Like, you either have the stones and step up and have confidence and knock your kick in, or you don't. And I fear that he was drafted because of the relationship with his brother and Rich Bisaccia, and they wanted to develop him. It's never a time to develop, and I know they thought it might have been not a year that they could have made it to the NFC Championship game, but they could have made a different plan in the season to do something different. Now, I think that's a big one, but hearing Jason Wilde with us, right, we asked him if he could talk to any player about anything. There was a lot of guys that came to mind. He said, I want to know what Eric Stokes is thinking, right? I want to see Eric Stokes as well, because everyone's recollection of Eric Stokes as a cornerback for the Green Bay Packers is what? He was a first-round draft pick. Some people think he showed a lot of flashes his first year. Some people didn't think he was that great. It's been a long time since we've seen him consistently on the field. Christian Watson's heading into his 3rd year as a glorified first-round pick, picked really early in the 2nd round with a pick from the Devontae Adams trade. We saw how efficient and effective he can be in 5 games under Aaron Rodgers, what he can do taking the top of the defense, his home run speed and his playmaking ability at times we haven't seen consistently. You can go down the list. There are a lot of questions. I guess I'm throwing them out there because the biggest question is how good this defense will be. What does this defense look like without Joe Barry?
How does that transform? That's a big question mark, is this defense. I don't think it's as easy as just, we'll just flip the switch and be 4-3.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, and you guys, you know what, I give you credit for putting a lot of questions out there, but here's the thing. There's the one big question that has to be answered because what we're talking about when it comes to a kicker, kickers are replaceable. When we talk about the defensive coordinator, bro, they are replaceable. That is what it is. And when we talk about the defense, or you talk about Eric Stokes, or you talk about Christian Watson, you talk about all those different things, all those guys, you've been able to find some sense of success without Eric Stokes out there. Now, him healthy, let's see what the ceiling is. Christian Watson, we're excited to see, he's healthy, we can see what he can do. But there's only one person on this football team that truly, truly matters, and that is Jordan Love, and that's his contract. That is the thing that I am most anticipating waiting to see. I believe that is going to get done. But until that gets done, we're sitting here waiting. We're not just waiting for the 2024 season. No, we're waiting for what your franchise quarterback's commitment is going to be to the organization. And that is the only thing that matters, because if you do not have a starting quarterback in the NFL, you do not have a real chance to win a Super Bowl. And that's why you have to get Jordan Love contract situation figured out. And that's why that's the most pressing need for the next 100 days for the Green Bay Packers.
800-990-3776. Want to hear from KBN Nation as we're 100 days away from the Green Bay Packers opener. Strophy, I'll get to you once you get the phone lines, because I do want to hear from you. Did you even touch that?
I think I hit the mouse.
Oh, I was going to say, I didn't see you click anything.
So the mouse was hovering over the
buzz.
Key. He's ready to buzz somebody.
Spicy.
I guess that is the biggest question. But when I think about the 100 days thing, I think we're all in the camp that Jordan's likely going to figure it out before, 25 or 40 days to go.
Well, you should hope so.
You should hope so. And if that is not the case, then my answer obviously changes to what Kyle's is, right? That's the underlying thing right now. Let's go to Strophy here. Did we miss anything big?
No, I think Jordan Love is the answer, so well done by Kyle. Kyle, however, I heard you say something that caught my ear, and that was you're waiting to see Jordan Love's commitment to the organization. Wouldn't you view it the other way around, what the organization's commitment to Jordan Love is?
Because he's still there.
Paid?
Right. No, I think it just shows the commitment that he has. When you sign a contract, you're saying that I am committing to this football team. I'm committing this, and I'm looking forward to hearing what the press conference is after he signs on a dotted line. But it is a two-way street. The Packers obviously want to be committed to him, but it comes down to Jordan Love and how soon he signs to display what his commitment is to the organization.
Alan in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. How you doing, Alan?
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Always good.
I'm gonna actually show Brad a little. And say that not having a kicker changes your game on a team more so than not having a quarterback. And being a kicker is the biggest jump from a first-year kicker to a second-year kicker, because even just from a strength level, from a strength standpoint, college kickers are just not strong enough to kick like pros. Or, pros. And that's why you never see a veteran kicker out there on the free agent market. So if you got a rookie, you gotta let him get his feet wet. Because you're not gonna go out and find a veteran on the free agent market like you can a quarterback.
Alan, my man, giving specialists some love. I love to hear that. And
do you agree with him though?
Well, I'm not sure it's strength. That's the biggest thing. That's a component of it, right? And that's part of that making the college to NFL jump. I think it's just a nerves thing. It's a confidence thing. I'm not going to lie. My first year in Carolina, as a rookie, I was way up and down. I was not a polished NFL punter. Usually it takes a minute. So I give specialists 1 season. I will give you 1 season. That's why I expect Anders Carlson, if he is the kicker, to be that guy now. There's no more time to waste. I'll give you 1 year, but after that...
Then what's the length of time?
What do you mean?
Is it when does he have a...
season.
Yeah.
Whoever the best kicker is, they should take. But if he is the guy that wins the job, and it's week 1, 8 games in, if he's not 88% and 96% on extra points, and you like the ball flight, and you like his kickoffs are going to matter more than anything too. Can you place it exactly where you want it to be placed? Be able to contain the returner. So if he looks like a 10 to 16 ranked NFL kicker, good to go.
Did you said polished, right? You didn't feel like you were polished. Was that the same thing with Carlson? Did he not look polished, or did he just look incompetent?
It's
all
hard
the
to
above.
Well, I don't see him at practice, so I don't know.
Hey, 6 for 7 today.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, frog in the throat.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, he did that, Mr. Irrelevant today.
6 for 7 today for Anders. Missed a 51-yarder kicking into the wind.
And we're supposed to celebrate preseason results.
Yes.
He missed a 51-yard kick into the
man for missing a kick at practice last year.
And
when he wore your Aaron Rodgers Jets,
and guess, but
you killed that man.
But guess what's going to happen though? Even with me not there or whatever report happened, like I'm not going to celebrate 6 for 7 once. I will celebrate 6 for 7 if we hear reports the next 2 weeks that he's making kicks. You can't just go one day, oh, Anders is great all of a sudden. You need more than that.
I can't believe I backed up Anders Carlson.
Yeah, way to go.
Sorry, Durst.
You lost your mind.
Can we just
I mean, we can also just talk about the Bath Authority.
Oh, yeah, I can talk about the Bath Authority, too, because I love talking about the Bath Authority. And listen, if your shower is old or outdated, or you go into it in the morning, you just say, ugh, I don't like being in here. I'm telling you, you got to call my friends at the Bath Authority. They provide the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. There is nothing better than having great customer service. It makes that bathroom that you're going to be in that much better because you're smiling because they took great care of you. I'm telling you, you don't want to have any issues with customer service. You want to have any issues with your bathroom. That's why you got to call the Bath Authority. And what I love about it is it comes with a lifetime warranty. They can put it in as little as 1 day. Yes, they can do it in as little as 1 day, and it comes with that lifetime warranty. If you want to upgrade your shower and you want to upgrade it to a new level of luxury, style, and safety, call them today at 414-249-6934 and get $1,500 off a new shower bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. I'm telling you this right now. You will not regret it. So go ahead today and call them at 414-249-6934 to schedule your free in-home estimate or visit thebathauthority.com. That is thebathauthority.com, where a better bath awaits.
Earlier this morning, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy talked about the young wide receivers and tight ends. We have an exercise that we will share with you and get your opinions on next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
When I'm, again, doing the Pack Arena, and as a shareholder, when I'm sizing up my ring,
do the Pack Arena right now.
1 packer, 2 packer, 3 packer arena.
Hey.
What's the rest of the words? Jordan Love to Christian Watson. Nay, that's a touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We still have a lot of accidents out there right now. First of all, on 41 northbound, right about at Watertown Plank Road, off on the left shoulder. We got a crash there, localized delays there, so at least it's not really stretching too badly. We do have eastbound 94 backed up with an accident at 68th Street. That one's off on the right shoulder. We had an earlier accident on 894 southbound. That's been cleared out of the way, but we do have an issue in Kenosha County. 2 left lanes are blocked right now with a crash on southbound 41, right about at Highway 158. In Kenosha County. Traffic is brought to you by the Great Lakes Dragway, a quarter-mile log drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedules and ticket information at GreatLakesDragway.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, clear and chilly with a low of 48 at the lake, 43 inland. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful, a high of 65 at the lake, 70 inland. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Here's to the volunteers. Junior Achievement in Wisconsin is celebrating Volunteer Appreciation Month by recognizing our heroes, the volunteers who make our work possible. These remarkable individuals bring real-world experience into classrooms, mentoring students from kindergarten through high school on financial literacy, work readiness, and entrepreneurship. Make an impact on someone's life. Visit wisconsin.ja.org to learn about volunteering yourself. Junior Achievement, inspiring, preparing, succeeding.
Grab tickets to any Brewers game now. Next up, it's a can't-miss homestand against the Cubs and the White Sox the week of May 27th through June 2nd. Open up a new chapter of the I-94 rivalry May 27th through the 30th as the Brewers take on the Cubs. Then join Happy Days theme night for a Bronze Fonz bobblehead at the game on Friday, May 31st. Get in on a big week of Brewers action now at brewers.com/tickets.
What are we doing today?
One of the employee owners has an idea.
Who is it?
Casey Goodson.
Well, hi, you must be Casey Goodson.
That's me. Casey has been with Kessler's for 22 years and became an owner 12 years ago.
We're excited to hear your idea, Casey.
I call it the One Collection.
But we've had special collections in the past.
What are you saying?
Casey, I think Rick is saying that this can't be the one collection because we've offered special collections in the past.
I'm not saying it's the first collection. It's a special collection of engagement rings for the woman that you know is the one. The one for you. The one forever. What's in it? Incredibly special rings for incredibly special women.
How much?
Most of them are between $725 and $2,800. I like it.
I like it.
Me too.
When you have found the one, you'll find her ring waiting patiently for you to come and pick it up at Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Golfers, listen up. It's Gabe Neitzel from On the Tee, and we are heading to Scotland with our friends at Wisconsin Golf Trips. That's right, Scotland. You can join myself and Stephen Watson as we head overseas to play some of the best courses in the world. This package includes green fees, lodging, transportation, and more. But there are only a limited amount of spots available, so sign up now. For information on the trip and a link for paying, you can text GOLF right now to the ESPN Milwaukee Talk and Text line at 800-990-3776. That's GOLF to 800-990-3776.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The 414 Hour at 4 continues on. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on 94.5 ESPN, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Alex Strofe running the show. 800-990-ESPN or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. And speaking of at ESPN Milwaukee, you can go on Twitter, X, and see the post from ESPN Milwaukee where we have an exercise from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy as they were talking about how of the 6 main, I mean, there are some other guys, but we'll go with these 6 pass catchers, 4 at the wide receiver position, 2 at the tight end. Say in 2026, you're only able to keep 3 of them. We start with 4 wide receivers, but you can pick 2. You have, obviously, Dontavian Wicks. You have Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and Romeo Doubs. So you can only have 2 of the 4 wide receivers and 1 of the tight ends, Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. So when it comes to the graphic on Twitter, and as I just explained, Brad, in 2026... if the way the money works out is that you can only keep 2 of the 4 wide receivers and 1 of the 2 tight ends, who's your team?
I'm going with Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Luke Musgrave. Here's why. Let me start with Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed, I think he's my favorite Packer. The dude is a Swiss Army knife. He can do everything. He can tote the rock, jet sweep, slot, outside. He's tough in space. He's long down the field. He attacks the ball when he tries to catch it, and he is just a playmaker walking around. So I love Jaden Reed. He was the no-brainer. I got to have me some Jaden Reed. Now, Christian Watson might be a little bit surprising. However, he has shown amongst everybody there the greatest flashes of greatness in the NFL. I'm not sure that's even debatable. The only question with Christian Watson is health. And it took a full-on effort to figure out how can we get these hamstrings right. Sounds like he made some really enlightened findings on how the size of his hamstrings and however his anatomy works, to where I think he's having a big year this year. And we know that he has game-breaking ability. So Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, both game breakers, studs that you have to game plan for. And finally, Luke Musgrave. I looked back at Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft's stats. They're like identical. It is wild. So I like Luke Musgrave. He has more measurables. He was the tight end 1.
Okay, Goody.
I am Goody in this stance. I like Tucker Kraft because he kind of has the I have screws loose type of mentality, which I love that out of my tight end. But Luke Musgrave, I think...
Like the George Kittle craziness.
Yes, exactly. And I love that out of my football players. But I think Musgrave is going to be, once he gets his feet underneath him, literally, I think he's going to be more polished, more reliable. He can block and catch. I think his ceiling is just higher than a guy that's kind of just a gritty tight end player like Tucker Kraft. So Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Luke Musgrave. 2026, your 2 wide receivers and tight end for the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, I'm not against that list, but you're missing something, man. You got to understand that chemistry between a receiver and a quarterback, that safety blanket. Who did our boy Jordan Love throw the ball to when he needed his biggest plays?
Jaden Reed?
No.
Biggest plays?
Romeo Dobbs. Romeo Dobbs, fellas. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Biggest plays is
Romeo Dobbs had all the big moments, and Romeo Dobbs in the playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys was cooking Stephon Gilmore. He was cooking anybody that was against him. Romeo Dobbs is that dependable.
80 million years old.
Hey,
yes,
he was cooking him up. He was starting. And so here's the thing. You need to have the safety blanket. You need to have somebody who may not be the flashy guy. He may not give you 1,200 receiving yards, but you can trust and believe that as each year goes on, he's going to get you more and more yards, and he's dependable. He had 8 receiving touchdowns last year, almost 700 yards receiving. I love the fact that you're going to have a guy like Romeo Dobbs who's going to be affordable, but also is going to be trustable in the sense of your quarterback knows he's going to be in the right position, and he knows he's going to make great plays for him. And then when Jaden Reed, obviously Jaden Reed, he is a superstar. Jaden Reed is the guy that you want because of the potential that he has. Yes, Christian Watson, his hamstrings, maybe he'll be
small wide receiver room.
Listen, Dobbs is a big boy. The thing is this, Christian Watson, yes, he has a lot of potential. But you know what I've seen from Jaden Reed is a full season worth of football and him playing very well in that full season as a rookie. And so I trust Jaden Reed's health more than I trust Christian Watson's health. And you're absolutely right. Luke Musgrave, that boy got so much potential. I'm choosing Luke Musgrave. So I'm going with Reed, Dobbs, and Musgrave for the 3 guys that I want to have on this team come 2026.
Yeah, man, it's really a tough question because part of it is you have Watson and Wicks that are a little bit more lengthy in body type, and you have Reed and Dobbs who are a little bit, obviously Reed's a little smaller, more dynamic, but Romeo's more of a possession guy. Do I want a possession guy in 2026? What is his ceiling as a possession guy? You know what I mean? I don't see it with Dobbs. I know that Jordan Love has liked to go to him as a safety blanket, but as others develop, I will go with Brad. I'm going to stick to my guns. Jaden Reed, explosive play, Swiss Army knife, can put him in a lot of situations. Run game, they are going to put him in motion, and he just is a playmaker. You can't have enough playmakers. I want a playmaker. And on the other side, one more that can take the top off. One more that is explosive, that had a 42-yard end around himself 2 years ago when he was healthy. Now, this is wants, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen. My wants are for Christian Watson to show that he can play a full season. Again, these are my wants.
Yeah. I want $1 million per year, but I don't get what I want.
Yeah, well, that's life. And then I wanted to pick Tucker Kraft because I want to pick him, but I have to go with Musgrave because again, even with the amount of times he did not stay on his feet and fell, you saw his separation. You saw the ability to get open. Now it's just refining those skills after 1 year in the league and playing through a lacerated kidney. Has me on the pretty tough list as well.
You guys don't like dependability? Like, is that something you don't like? Because I feel like Romeo Dobbs is the most
dependability isn't going to get me a Super Bowl.
But Romeo Dobbs,
playmakers are going to get me a Super Bowl.
He can disappear for a couple games in a row now, too. It's not like he has an impact every. I know when Jaden Reed is on the field. I know when Christian Watson is on the field. Those guys make
Dobbs
their
didn't even
presence
lead him in receiving this year.
He didn't lead him in
Mr.
receiving.
Safety blanket.
But the thing is when you think back, close your eyes back to the important plays this season where Jordan Love
blanket.
heaved it up. Yes, security blanket. Thank you so much for helping my vocabulary. And here's the thing, when he heaved it up in between 3 people in a game, and you're like, oh my gosh, how they coming down with that? Or against Carolina Panthers after our defense imploded. Who did he look to? Romeo Dobbs. Romeo Dobbs is that dependable piece that quarterbacks love, Brad, and you know that.
Well, implied in this answer, if we're fast forwarding to 2026, you use the word with Romeo Dobbs, he's affordable. Well, all these guys are affordable now, but you're insinuating, us taking this exercise of to 2026, that insinuates we're paying these guys premium dollars, or at least higher than a rookie deal. So even with that being said, would you stick to Reed, Dobbs, and Musgrave, assuming they are now off the rookie contract?
Absolutely. Because again, I said affordability because when we look at ceiling clearly, Wicks, Watson, both have higher ceilings than what Romeo Doubs could be. But I love Romeo Doubs' floor. He's showing you what the dependability that he can have. I keep using that word because that's the thing that is most important to me. What I found in these last couple of years with the Green Bay Packers is that we do have an ability, if we draft receivers, we can find success. Heck, Bo Melton looked like a star for a couple moments on the football field last year. Is that Donald Driver? No, that's Bo Melton. Brother Bo.
Brother Bo.
I'm just saying that it just seems in this offense, it seems with this quarterback that we can find guys to plug and play, but having a guy like Romeo Doubs, when things break down, knowing that I can hit that guy for a first down, that's very important.
This is a side comment. Are you surprised that they gave Donald Driver's 80 out? I actually am surprised.
I'm very surprised by that, actually.
Especially,
bro, they gave it to Justin Perillo the season after he left. Do you know who Justin Perillo is?
No.
Is he a tight end?
A tight end that didn't make
That's
the
actually
roster.
some stones on Perillo to even go
Accept
for the
that.
number.
And I get that there's a lot of numbers that are retired for the Green Bay Packers, but I don't know.
They're running
80.
out of room.
They're running out of room. They're like the Yankees. The Yankees have 1 through 10. 1 through 10 is retired. Think about that. That's crazy. Yeah.
It is. But no,
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy, man.
I'm definitely sticking with my guns. I'm a big believer in Romeo Doubs, and I believe Christian Watson can be great. I believe Tay Wicks is going to be a good receiver. But what I do know is I know what I'm going to get from Jaden Reed, and Jaden Reed is going in the right direction, and I know exactly what I'm getting from Romeo Doubs, and that makes me feel good about the future. Look what they were able to do this year just with those two being your number one threats, 1 and 2.
800
successful year.
990-3776. Couple here. And chemistry-wise, JD and Fondy likes Dobbs, Reed, Kraft. Just not a ton of upside with Dobbs and Kraft.
Yeah, that's my problem with
Stop
Dobbs.
disrespecting my boy Dobbs out
What's wrong
here.
with Kraft? Did you see him hurdling those boys last year?
He's kind of a thumper.
He
You
is
know?
a thumper.
I like that word choice, but I like my thumpers.
Yeah, but I want,
I'm not gonna pay him top dollar.
I want more than a thumper for 2026.
And I love him. I love him as a TE too.
Yeah,
I mean,
perfect for
great.
a
I got good news.
sidekick.
They're both under contract for 2026.
Well, you get my point.
I know the exercise.
The exercise.
but-
Way to go, Mr. Facts guy.
Yeah, just the only two that aren't technically are Watson and Dobbs. The other four are under
Yes.
contract in 2026,
Thank
which
you.
is pretty sweet.
Thank you.
But a lot of them going to be up
So
for extension
smart.
in 2026.
But that's pretty sweet. I'm just saying that's pretty sweet.
Oh, if they
a great
turn
problem to
out
have.
if
Think
they
about
turn
this offense.
if
It's
they
amazing.
turn out to be and take steps that everyone thinks they can make, that is unseen.
Progression
it's
is
gonna
not a
happen.
guarantee.
Do we
let you know it's going to happen.
Oh, that's what's going to be.
No, I
That's
mean,
what's gonna be.
I'm just telling you,
Nice.
I've seen enough out of these guys to know that this team is
Kyle's seen
Kyle.
it is a
Kyle's seen it.
This is the Kyle we know and love.
No, have you gone not seen enough?
Hey, let's be cautious about Josh Jacobs.
But
But
these
the rest
guys-
of the wide receivers,
Get the gold
none of them
jackets.
have over 1,000
If
yards.
we
We got him.
I got the tape measure.
If we had 3 Josh Jacobs, I'd be excited. As a group, as a collective, these guys are top notch.
Talk about Universal Windows Direct. You're off your rocker.
I can definitely do that. I'm definitely not on my rocker, but especially when I'm talking about Universal Windows Direct. I love looking through those windows. And spring is here. It has sprung despite the rain. It is only going to get hotter from here. And do not cool the outside this year. You got to call my friends at Universal Windows Direct. They have super spacer technology. Listen up. It helps keep the edge of the glass warmer. It holds the window sill longer, and it makes your window last up to 5 times longer than other window systems. Plus, it comes with a true 20-year warranty. Call them today at 414-410-2000. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. You buy 4, get 4, buy 20, get 20. I'm telling y'all, you got to jump on this great deal. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of 0% financing. Schedule your free in-home estimate today by calling 414-410-2000. Remember, restrictions do apply. Make sure you tell them I told you to call, and you can get $250 off your next project. Just drop my name. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com. That's uwd.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Strove's got a surprise on the other side. Then Homer joins us before the Homer Hour.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the redheaded brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We still have a lot of accidents out there right now. First of all, on 41 northbound, right about at Watertown Plank Road, off on the left shoulder. We got a crash there, localized delays there, so at least it's not really stretching too badly. We do have eastbound 94 backed up with an accident at 68th Street. That one's off on the right shoulder. We had an earlier accident on 894 southbound. That's been cleared out of the way, but we do have an issue in Kenosha County. 2 left lanes are blocked right now with a crash on southbound 41 right about at Highway 158 in Kenosha County. Traffic is brought to you by the Great Lakes Dragaway, a quarter-mile long drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedules and ticket information at greatlakesdragaway.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, clear and chilly with a low of 48 at the lake, 43 inland. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful, a high of 65 at the lake, 70 inland. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
In Wisconsin, bicycles are legal and intended users of the road. We remind drivers to share the road and make sure to slow down and give at least 3 feet when passing a person biking. Let's make sure everyone, no matter their mode of travel, gets home safely. Learn more at wisconsinbikefed.org.
See what everyone is talking about at the club at Lac La Belle. The birthplace of golf in Wisconsin has a rich history you will feel upon arrival. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Experience a round at the club at Lac La Belle. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. Looking for more golf? Take advantage of same-day replay rates and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in even more fish this summer. Rod and reel combos? We've got them. Exclusive lures you won't find anywhere else. You betcha. And this week, Berkeley Gulp Plastics and Scents are on sale for 20% off. Plus, keep your drinks cold and food fresh on those marathon fishing days with our huge selection of Yeti coolers and drinkware, featuring new seasonal colors like Big Wave Blue. Angle in to get everything you need for your everyday life at Fleet Farm.
This is Kevin Van Rossum, president of Three Tree Marketing. Send gifts to appreciate anyone, anywhere, anytime with a gift of your choice by using our gifting solutions technology. Our team handles it all, from concepting, site creation, as well as production of branded products. Elevate your brand's connection to its consumers by creating the ultimate gifting experience with us. Make the art of gifting effortless for yourself. At Three Tree Marketing, we chase partners, not orders. Visit threetreemarketing.com to see what we can do for you.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
I joke around and with my wife and call it my bionic knee.
But before Ernest became a patient with QC Kinetics, it was a different story.
I'd go to bed with my knee throbbing, heat, ice. I would get up in the middle of the night to get a drink or something, and I would just be hobbling.
He wasn't able to play on his rec basketball team or work in the yard. But QC Kinetics regenerative treatments turned around the situation without surgery or downtime, using Ernest's own healing properties to help restore his aching knee, now known as Ernest's bionic knee.
I am really happy because I am playing the game that I love so much, and I'm playing with my granddaughter, and I'm gardening, and I'm on my knees, and I'm jumping up. I have a 200-pound dog, and I'm playing with my dog.
Now Ernest is living his best life thanks to QC Kinetics, and so can you. Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Steve the Homer True joining us in about 10 minutes here on Kyle Brust and Nortman before the Homer Hour from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Get us at 800-990-3776 or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Ben Brust, next to Super Bowl 50 runner-up. You know, when I intro that,
D-A-T.
Does that hurt? Or are you proud? Like, you know what I mean?
I'm proud. I'm mostly proud. I'm proud. There's a way to phrase it to make it hurt, but
there's Super Bowl 50 runner-up that never had a chance, Brad Nortman.
No, more like
Von Miller haunts his dreams.
Yeah, well, never again. That one probably would hurt. Like you were so close, but after all that, you accounted for nothing type of thing. That would be painful.
Or it could be the man who played and cried after Super Bowl 50.
I cried.
Yeah, I would too.
cried a little bit.
I would cry a lot.
Yeah.
See, that would hurt.
I didn't cry after the Final Four loss. I was in shock.
Oh.
All right, thanks for the follow-up, guys.
No, I know. I was in shock that you didn't cry.
You were in shock that I didn't cry?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess you just don't care.
yeah,
at
maybe
all.
you didn't care. Yeah, we made it to the Final Four. Ooh, I know you're all about making it places.
Strofe, you had a surprise for us this segment. What do you got?
Surprise!
Woo!
I don't have a surprise. What the hell are you talking about?
Are you kidding me? You teed up in my ear that you had a surprise for us here, so that's what I teased going to break, and now you don't have anything?
Oh, now we're just making stuff up.
No. Kyle and Brad heard me, and now you're making the show
Kyle,
worse.
when I lied to Ben earlier, you sold me out, so you better sell him out right now.
Wait a minute. I don't know what sweet nothings y'all be whispering in each other's ears with that little button.
Sweet nothings?
All I know I heard Ben say when we come back, Strophy has a surprise. Strophy, I'm sure you do have a surprise. You're Mr. Irrelevant. Don't you always come out with surprises? Isn't that what irrelevancy is?
Brad?
You know what this is like? This is like when Shooter McGavin says to Happy Gilmore, hey, the pros go on the 9th tee at 9, and goes out there and pranks him a little bit. You guys wouldn't understand that reference because you haven't seen Happy Gilmore, but this is sort of like
Well, I saw that scene before I fell asleep.
So for those who missed it, I'm disappointed again because this is the equivalent of not following through with punishments that our stations have a bad problem doing.
Punishment? What do you mean? What did I lose?
It's the word follow
punishment?
through, right?
Okay.
We were all supposed to watch Happy Gilmore.
Where do I get access to Happy Gilmore?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix? I
You said you would get passwords.
I got to find the password. You know, it's a lot of people, a lot of cousins.
What does
on
this
the
have to
password.
do with me
As if
not doing something?
Well, there's a scene.
There's a scene. You wouldn't get it because you didn't watch it. And my point is,
sprinkled on. I've seen it.
Where like
Sprinkled on.
he pulls a prank on him. He lures him out there only to make him look bad. This is kind of what this whole situation is.
Oh no, you guys want me to watch a sprinkled on them? Are you kidding me?
The water sprinklers.
Water sprinklers turned on
I'm
the
about to
green.
say, oh hecky no,
Kyle, as if there wasn't more motivation to watch. They're coming out with a Happy Gilmore 2 starring Adam Sandler.
and never are sequels good.
Okay.
But if rarely, I'd say 20% of the time the sequel's good because I don't want to get in the sequel debate. But with the new Happy Gilmore coming out, it's more incentive for us to watch it. Brad and I have seen it. I was concussed, so I didn't watch it. Brad said he's seen it 30 times, so you didn't do the job either. Strofe, you fell asleep, and Kyle didn't even make an effort.
Wait a minute. You point one finger, there's 3 pointing back at you. You pointed at Brad and said I was concussed. Brad seen it 30 times, so he didn't follow through.
No. This is an accountability.
You got concussed a week and a half after the fact.
No. It was the same week that we were supposed to watch it. Yes, it was.
Okay, but regardless, you had a lot of time to watch it. You took a whole vacation, you had time to get proposed or propose to somebody, but you had time to watch this video?
Sorry, I prioritize engagement over.
What I'm saying is you coming at us, but I mean, you also didn't watch it.
It's either her or us, Ben.
Choose wisely.
Who are you to talk over there? Don't make me bring you into this.
Don't do that.
Mister, I fell in love after 2 months.
Oh, my God.
He said it.
Airing you out.
No, he said it on the air. He said, I love you first.
When you know, you know.
Yeah, good for you.
Is there a possibility of saying it too soon? What's too soon to say I love you?
Oh, you can say it definitely too soon.
Alex, you want to chime in?
Yeah, he will be the king of that. Go ahead.
Whoa. What's that supposed to mean?
I ain't never told a girl I love her after a short amount of time.
Okay, hold on a minute.
If it wasn't after
longer than 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Not a whole lot longer. But
Yeah,
it's longer
exactly.
That's quick, man. That's quick.
It was quick. Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah.
But when you know, you know.
Okay. Look at that.
Did she say back?
Yeah. Right.
Was it
No
confident?
hesitation.
Was it confident?
Yeah.
All right, my brother gonna beat me to the punch here.
Wait a
How
minute.
so?
No.
With a ring. Not that. Come on.
Like I said, you haven't told your girl you love her. You are just emotional warfare.
You just bought a house?
I've been one minute. Y'all putting all my business out
Now
there.
you've talked about how you've been
that.
Baby, we got to do more seconds.
Yeah, you've talked about your flooding.
I've insinuated things, but never put it out there. But yeah, I mean, I love my girl, but I ain't worried about that.
I forgot to bring my blue light glasses in. I got to continue milking the concussion.
Yeah, so with that.
Yeah, you can no longer use that as an excuse for anything.
Okay, so really, back to this movie, though. I do want to know this. So I'm actually more intrigued knowing that there is what is it called?
A sequel?
What is it?
Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore 2. I was going to say basketball. I didn't know what I was supposed to watch. Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out.
Not even the same stratosphere.
That makes me
Hockey and golf versus basketball and baseball.
Never seen it. But here's the thing. I'm intrigued now. When does this come out?
They just announced it. I think they need to film it, so you're probably talking about a year.
Okay, now I'm more intrigued. Maybe, I might watch this Happy Gilmore now.
And we know Homer's got all the passwords, everything, and I have the solutions for all of you with IKEA's family program, free to join.
I will not watch that movie. It'll be horrible.
Okay,
thank you for
thank you for your input. Hold the input,
yeah,
please.
The first one was great. I'm sorry, no, I'm not.
Provide access to special sales.
Wait a minute.
Special sales, early insight on upcoming sales, access to free workshops and events, 90-day price protection, savings on select delivery options, access to buyback and resale program, free coffee or tea in the restaurant, and new signups get $20 off your next in-store purchase of $150 or more, and choose to receive promotional emails. QR codes are sent via email the first 48 hours of sign-up. That is the IKEA Family Program. Free to join. I've joined it, and like I said, I made a date this weekend to pick up patio furniture. More Kyle Brust and Nortman with the voice you just heard, the Emmy Award winner Homer. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I said, baby, we got to do more sucking. And so I called the company. I said, listen, y'all put this thing in here. Y'all need to come on.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I cannot imagine that there's any way that he missed the game because he's unhappy that the game was on turf. I think that's preposterous to me.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30.
I thought they looked great. I got to be honest, I think that's what I kind of expected from the Packers.
Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Also sponsored by Construction Business Group and Island Resort and Casino.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Your bathroom is boring and basic too. It seems like there's nothing you can do. A better bath awaits. You'll feel brand new, relaxing in a world of peace at the Bath Authority.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, get $1,500 off a new shower or bath plus 36 months of interest-free financing. Restrictions do apply. TheBathAuthority.com.
You're our priority at the Bath Authority.
Ewald is everywhere. Oconomowoc, Franklin, Cudahy, Hartford, and now Menominee Falls. Celebrate the grand opening sale of Volkswagen and Buick GMC at every Ewald location with thousands in savings on over 1,300 vehicles. All backed by our low price guarantee and exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Don't miss Ewald's grand opening sales event going on now.
Go to EwaldAuto.com.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Daniel Hollab is with me. OAW offers a robotic partial knee replacement. What is that, and who would be a candidate?
We see a lot of the weekend warrior, maybe people that have played sports their whole life or had a knee injury somewhere along the line that now has led to a very isolated patch of arthritis in a portion of their knee, which traditionally may have been treated with a full knee replacement. Nowadays, we have very accurate computer-assisted robotic technology that allows us to target that small patch of arthritis and do a very limited replacement. This procedure tends to be minimally invasive. It's an outpatient procedure. It tends to need a little bit less of a recovery period, and it leaves you with most of your own knee. Just we've replaced the arthritic portions of your knee. You're able to lead a more active lifestyle after this type of a procedure.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Oh, well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Feels so good when you got no shoes on.
This music means Homer of the Homer Hours joining us before this show, the Homer Hour from 5 to 6. Typically on a Wednesday, we get Rain Man on the drive home, Jason Wilde, TVV, and a whole lot more.
Shota Imanaga. Everybody has
0.84 ERA?
0.84 ERA. He's 5-0. He has given up 5 runs in 53 innings. He has 58 strikeouts and 9 walks.
The hell are you reading?
The notes that I put on about him.
Some people write notes.
I know, but it looks like you do
a set list.
Like he does play-by-play
questions.
Okay,
it's the Rain Man questions. I wanted to put it on that sheet.
It looked very way too specific to have a note on Imanaga.
How do you find or come up with the Rain Man questions?
That is a great question.
Look up stuff.
So you just look up stuff and create a question on it?
Yeah, random things I'm interested in. I think they're good.
I did not like last week that you referenced a personal matter within Rain Man. It was very rare for you.
Wait, what was
Nick Nurse going to the same high school as his now wife.
Yes, Nick Nurse went to the same high school.
Because
That's whose wife?
My wife.
That means somebody would have to be listening at the exact same
Was
time.
the athletic director, Nick Nurse, would do anything for me.
Really?
I could call him up right now and say, I want to stay at your house. And he'd go, you married Steve Garber's daughter? Whenever you want to come.
What you should have said is
I was praying he'd be the coach of the Bucs.
I was going to say we're better off having him as the coach than Adrian Griffin.
For sure.
Anybody.
Giannis didn't want him.
Anybody.
That's what they say. I'm not close enough, but that's the story.
Why don't you ask Nick Nurse? He would know. He would do anything.
I don't know that he would. I don't know that he would.
No,
I don't know how anybody would know.
Didn't you just say that Nick Nurse would do anything for you?
But I don't know that he knows.
Nick Nurse probably doesn't
How
know
would he
the
know?
reason why he didn't get the job.
He was a finalist. There were 3 finalists, and the word was that Horst wanted Nurse, and Giannis wanted
Griffin, and here we are today.
I mean, if that's the rumor, then obviously Nick Nurse knows the truth.
Well, he doesn't know
may have
Nick
been
Nurse.
told, but
he would
he
have been
didn't.
able to know him if he came to the Bucs.
He knows of somebody that you didn't. Am I dreaming? Did you not just say that you can get anything from Nick Nurse?
I believe I can. Yes.
So asking him a question is simple.
I don't see what the point of asking it is. What's the point of
You're
asking?
a journalist, Homer.
He ain't a journalist.
He's not going to tell me if I'm going to report it. Yeah, they screwed me. Giannis is the problem. My name is Nick Nurse. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say anything.
What's the biggest thing you want to have answered? An off-season question for the Green Bay? Because Jason Wilde, who you have today, has
matters
a
but
lot
the
of them.
contract.
So you're saying contract.
That's all that matters.
Okay, outside of the contract, what matters for this team to win a Super Bowl?
Nothing.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Nothing.
So the kicker doesn't matter. Kickers don't matter. The defense
all those
halfway
things
matters.
They're on a scale of 1 to 100. They're all
And
one.
I'm telling you
His
to throw.
contract
I'm
is
telling you to
100.
throw out the.
No, you can't do that. Okay, we're going to chop off your head. Now, what are you going to do after that? No, you can't.
But you have
run around like a little bit.
You have to live your life assuming you have a head. You can't just say, I mean, that's how you have to live your life.
The only thing that's important is my head's getting chopped off. How my knee feels isn't really much of a factor.
Yeah, but until your head gets chopped off, you have to give
No.
You got to give some love to the knee.
Then it's going to be the defense with the adjustments
It's like pulling
they're going to
teeth
make
with this guy.
Because I don't want people to think that it's important. It's not. Nothing's important other
What are you
than
talking
him.
about? You were screaming to high heavens that the points per game total last year was good enough for them to get to the Super Bowl, but now the defense doesn't matter.
No, because the issue is getting him sign to a new deal because they very easily could say, and they would if I was running the show, we're not giving you anything. We had 3 years. You're playing your next 3 years for the Green Bay Packers. This year you'll make $14 million. The year after that you'll be franchised. You'll make probably $40, and the year after that $50.
$14 million. You ain't seeing the field.
Yeah, and because why? He's not going to play. What are you?
For $14 million, he's sitting his butt down.
But then you just
gotta wait 3 years.
Exactly. You're just wasting time.
And he's young. He needs to play to get more money. Of course.
Why would you franchise tag somebody if they don't play 1 year?
What?
Why would you franchise tag somebody if they don't play?
You can't. Next year, in 2025, that'll be his final year of his contract. Not playing.
What's the percent likelihood week 1, regular season week 1, and he's not extended? Percentage likelihood, and through Homer's eyes.
I think 99% is done by.
So it's a new mail.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
So it's almost certainty.
I think so, but I'm basing it on I believe the Packers like the mood of the team and everything. They're on a roll. You know why? Why do you fight all that? Then I think they believe in him. So
yeah,
Jordan Love's there.
No, the Packers have a formula, fellas, and that formula is drafting a quarterback and developing that quarterback underneath another great quarterback. The Packers right now, they did it. Listen, they did it with Aaron Rodgers, then they did it with Jordan Love, and they hit. It was a success. Why would they mess up exactly what their plan is by messing around and not extending Jordan Love? That would not be Packer-esque.
It would be Packer-esque, though, to try and get him as low as they can.
That would be true, but they're going to sign him.
With some players, they haven't done that with the quarterbacks.
I think what's
they
hard
paid them pretty well.
What's hard with Jordan Love is I think the first 3 seasons underneath Rodgers, he didn't give them a whole lot to be confident about. And even the first half of the season, it was like we see it, but we don't see it consistently. The last half, if you're going to take his, 4 years with the Packers and break it up into half seasons, 8 half seasons with the Packers, he had 1 of 8 great half seasons, and it was the most recent one. So is that concerning at all to you? That maybe that would be like, well, we've seen 7 out of 8. It's not that great.
No, I feel good about Jordan Love. I really do.
I don't either. I was just thinking what they might be thinking.
I think the Green Bay Packers feel great. You can just tell by the press conferences. There's just a pep in the step that Goody had before, after the season, how he felt good. And he felt
it's also how much does Jordan want? There's a point in which it's too much.
My favorite thing about getting Homer to maybe answer something about Jeff Hafley is when I listen to Homer Hour, he's like, "Oh, you gotta listen to Balaga and Jason talk about the defense," and then when we ask you about the defense, it's a 1
relative to the contract extension. Now, when the contract is extended, then the defense will be the 10.
Okay, well then you can still talk about the 2 in the same time.
No, you cannot.
You did.
Because you forced me to, not that I didn't want to. But I made it important for people to understand that the defense is nothing. Now, if you knew for sure that he's going to sign, then you can move on to the other stuff.
Exactly. I'm right there with Homer. The number one objective of this offseason, the next 100 days, is making sure Jordan Love is good and ready to go come Philadelphia with a brand new contract.
Do you mow your own lawn?
Yeah, but our lawn is very small. So,
do you like doing yard work?
No, I do not.
It's a chore, not therapeutic.
No, I don't comprehend therapeutic, but
on Twitter, there's a lot of therapeutic.
I do it for my kids' house to kind of just check up on how they're doing.
Wait, you do your lawn and your kids?
Yes.
They have a lawnmower there. You don't go lug it.
44% of people say therapeutic.
Come on, wait a minute. Can I know I'm a spoiled child.
Are you? I don't know that you are.
Very spoiled, very loved.
How would you determine you're a spoiled child?
I literally, anything I ask my parents for, still to this day, they will make sure I get it.
You could ask them for a new car and they'd give you.
They would help.
Can you pay my mortgage?
They would. If I asked my mother today, I said, "Mom, listen, I need money for the mortgage." My mom would say, "Baby, I got you."
And
now, Daddy, he would say, "Now, boy, I raised you." I'll get a speech.
Yeah.
But then he'll come out his pocket.
Yeah,
they would not cut no.
I don't know if I would help.
Would you have to pay them back?
I'm not sure.
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't have to pay
them.
I'm
not sure. I'm broke every month.
I just want to let you know, I help my kids that need help. I would say, no, you don't need no damn help.
so look at him with that watch, that nice sweater. This was a gift, I'll tell you.
Doesn't matter. You got a good job. You're doing fine. You're on your own.
Oh, but cutting grass, though, that's fantastic.
Again, there are issues that,
Okay. Well,
but otherwise, I wouldn't cut my...
Love is love.
Like our daughter. Ain't cutting her grass.
Oh, love is love. Everybody's different.
Wasn't the 4 of us on air together when you said
Brad,
you charge your mom interest?
Okay, I did say I would charge her interest. I did.
And meanwhile, it's an open flow of cash.
You are a spoiled brat.
the Wallace estate is coming soon.
The Wallace estate is not coming soon. I'm loved. What can I say? My parents love me.
That is love.
You got siblings?
Yeah, I do have an older brother. He's loved too.
Just one, right?
Who's loved more? You.
No.
What does he do?
We're loved equally.
Is he as successful as you are?
We're both successful.
That wasn't my question.
I didn't know I was so successful. There's a lot of light on me here, fellas.
Look at you. You have a respected voice in the community.
Professional award
winner of the year.
My child, I'd not pay for a meal anymore. You're buying my
Even
meal.
a meal?
Here's
you
the
would
thing.
treat him to a meal?
No, he's buying my meals. I paid him up until now.
Memorial Day.
That's amazing, Homer. You don't treat your kids to a meal?
Some I do, some I don't.
You should
Our daughter,
be
I told her,
meal?
I ain't paying for nothing.
Oh,
you and your husband
goodness.
are rich. You're buying my meals. And my wife got mad, so I now have to pay the tip
should.
once in a while.
This is all I have to do.
No.
My parents understand who I am. You know what I got a text message on for Memorial Day? Just bring the potato salad. That's what I like. Just show up and eat. Bring the potato salad.
Is there nothing better than your kids being successful enough that you can say, I ain't never doing anything more for you?
I don't know. You tell me.
If they needed help, then I would help. But no,
I don't ask for anything, but I'm just saying, I know they love me enough.
What a bunch of spoiled brats to end the show.
Hush. Oh, you hush. You got a babysitting service.
What?
Huh?
Hey, anybody who was a Division I athlete and never had to go to a class can't tell anybody
I went to all my classes. Homer Hour next.